week 5, and after college football yesterday, if you didn't get your dose of football, you should be ready for what should be a glorious day of pro football across the world, because not only do we have games in the United States, we got a game in England kicking off in about 30 minutes. Good morning, wake up, put a smile on your face, because it is going to be a glorious day. We got fantasy football talk. We got sports picks to give out. We got a rant about what's going on in the sports world. Shout out to Vanderbilt, to all the Commodores in the country, to all the Commodore fans around the world. Congratulations, you have taken down Alabama. A moment we all thought would never happen. Hell has frozen over, and the unlikely, the impossible has occurred. That means anything can happen. Anything can now happen on this NFL Sunday. Should be a great day for all of you folks that are betting, playing fantasy football, or just sitting back on the couch and watching a lot of football action. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, X. You know how we do. Butt Fumble Sports is going to be live for not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not even our regular 3 hours, but we are going to be live today for 4 full hours. Why? Because if there's a game in the UK that kicks off at 9:30 on the East Coast, we got to be up for it, because there are people who are going to ask questions about that game. We got to make sure they're ready. And then, of course, we got to do what we always do, another 3 hours after that. So we are going to be live right up until 1 p.m. kickoffs. Get your questions in, get your comments in, and of course, if you want picks throughout the show, either become a TikTok subscriber or throw some of our live goal confetti in the air. Every time we get a TikTok subscriber or we see that live goal confetti, we're going to give out picks. NFL picks, player prop picks, MLB picks, because there's still MLB postseason going on. Welcome everyone into the show. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're with Butt Fumble Sports every time we're live. It's going to be a great day. We're not going to waste any more time, because like I said, we got a game kicking off in 30 minutes. Let's get to work, everybody. First, let's go to YouTube. Shonk13, start Kraft or Trey. I'd go Kraft. War Eagle, Burrow or Fields. I lean towards Fields just barely, very close though. Toby, pick 2. I would go with Kincaid and Sermon. Bob Jeff Supreme, I traded Mason and Cooper and got Achane and Waddle. Don't like the deal. Tilly, Zach Moss, Whittington, or Lazard, need one. Very tight. I lean Whittington just barely over Lazard, though it's close. Drew Hazard, and Njoku or Kobe Parkinson, I'd go Parkinson. Chris Films, Downs, Wicks, Whittington, have to start 2. I'd start Downs and Wicks. Downs and Wicks would be the 2. Appreciate you guys joining us. What about the folks over on TikTok? SW, Addison, Mondre, Etienne, Akers, Gibson, pick 3. I would go with Etienne, Akers, and I'm leaning towards Addison. Very, very close, but I'm leaning towards Addison because I really don't want the running game of the Patriots right now. I am Luis, Miami defense, KC defense, Miami. Caleb Taylor, Tutu Atwell or Sermon today. Really tight. I lean Sermon because I like the running back getting the extra carries as opposed to the wide receiver getting targets. Cam Prescott, Wicks or Brian Thomas Jr. Really tight. I go Brian Thomas Jr. only because he's been performing well. I think they're both wide receiver 1s today. If you don't know, depleted wide receiver group for the Packers means Wicks will have a lot of value, but I still lean towards Thomas Jr., Cam. Mike, Charbonnet, Stevenson, Waddle at the flex. Waddle's the play. Rich Matthews, Etienne or Ford? Etienne by a long distance. Ethan, T. Higgins a start? Yes, he is. He is a start today. Jason, a subscriber, good morning to you. Burrow or Darnold? It's Burrow. Jets' pass defense is a really good one. Appreciate the questions. Throw them in the comment section. Luke, no, we're not, at least not for a long time, so don't worry about it. If I were taking callers, I would have said it. No callers right now, because I don't want to give someone 5 minutes of time when we could be running through a lot of questions. So, nope. Toby, Hunter, Sermon, it's Sermon. Jay Carroll, thanks for subscribing over on YouTube. Awesome to have another YouTube subscriber. If we get a TikTok subscriber, free pick. If we get live gold confetti, free pick. Or just DM me on Instagram, everybody. Butt Fumble Sports, you know how we do. We give away our picks for free every day. If you don't want to wait around for us to give them out during the show, DM me on Instagram. You'll get all of my picks for free every single day, because you guys know I don't believe in charging for my picks. Yeah, the live gold confetti, that's more for engagement. We want to keep the shares, the likes, and everything else up. But we give away our picks for free every day, so if you want it, Hit us up, DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports, to get every single pick. J-Dubs, need big points, Wilson or Wicks? Really tight for me on this one. I'm going to lean towards Wilson just because the Vikings are so bad in the pass. Most passing yards allowed, but it's very tight between the two. Bobby, Chuba Hubbard or Etienne? It's Etienne. It's Etienne, Bobby. Hit that like button, everybody. Jason, I'd go Parkinson. Parkinson would be the play. Hojo, trade Purdy, Hubbard, and Goddard for Hurts and Jacobs. Yes, 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 Hojo, I do it. Adam, Cooper or Wicks? Very tight on this one. I'm leaning maybe slightly, just barely towards Wicks. Very, very close, though. I think both have good value. I lean towards Wicks, but it's very, very tight. B16 Daddy, I do think Garrett Wilson could get an anytime touchdown for you, buddy. Shank 13. I'd go Trey Sermon. Shank 13, Trey Sermon. Waylon just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you, Waylon, for subscribing. Toby, Swift, Coleman, or Kraft? It's Swift. It's Swift, Toby, over on Kick. J Phenom. Conklin, Kittle, or Kmet? Is Kittle playing? We're still waiting on word. If Kittle's not a go, it's Kmet. If Kittle's not a go, it's Kmet, but we got to wait on word. Drew Hazard, Bears defense, Chiefs defense, it's Bears. Bears defense is what I'm taking. Jalen Clemens, Downs or Najee in a PPR? Very tight because the PPR. I'll still lean towards Najee because the Cowboys are so bad against the run. Bottom 7 defense against the run, though it is a very good question and a close one. Storytime 97, McLaurin, Moss, Moore, Pittman Jr. Who would I go with? Pittman and Moore. Pittman and Moore would be the two for today. Echo Nova, I'd go Wicks. I'd go Wicks over Dell and Keenan Allen. Thanks for the question. Irving, DJ Moore, Shahir, or Flowers? I'd go DJ Moore. If you're getting your question answered, hit that like button. If you love the conversation, hit that like button. Or if you just love football, hit that like button. Jay Carroll, Addison, or DJ Moore? I'd go DJ Moore. Chris Films, I'd go Whittington. Chris Films, Whittington. Drew, Bears defense. Matthew Hardy, Eileen Swift. Matthew Hardy, Eileen Swift. Michaela Petro, pick 2. I'm going Cam Akers and Sermon. Michaela, Cam Akers and Sermon. Ryan Allen, tough question here. I'm actually leaning Tutu Atwell and Justice Hill. Tutu Atwell and Justice Hill, though it's very close. Saints run defense is pretty good, though. Owen, Josh Allen, or Daniels? I got to go Jaden Daniels. He's been en fuego. I got to ride it a little bit more. Jalen Clemens, Whittington or Downs? I'm going to lean towards Downs on that one, just barely. Close, but I'll lean towards Downs. More questions on TikTok. Jason, Hunt or Justice Hill? I lean Justice Hill, maybe just barely. Do I feel great about it? No, but I actually lean towards Hill. Smart decision, probably not. You might want to fade me on that, but Hill has been so consistent, and the Bengals are a bad run defense. Bengals are a bottom 10 run defense. Meanwhile, Hunt has a tough matchup against the Saints. Big Al 6, I'd go, oof. Big Al 6 between Higgins and Wicks. That is a tough one for me. I think I'm leaning just slightly, towards Wicks, believe it or not. I feel like that's a coin flip, though. I lean towards Wicks because I think he's wide receiver 1 for today. Devon Durant, Stroud or Love? It's Love. Jordan loves the play. El Pinche, start 2 wide receivers. Thomas Jr. and Wilson. Thomas Jr. and Wilson. JP, I don't really know. I haven't looked at that trend. Ski J, Ford, Wicks, and Waddle. Or Wandale Robinson, rather. Ski J, I'd go Wicks. Ski J, I'd go Wicks. You guys want some NFL picks? Throw some confetti in the air on TikTok. Live goal confetti, giving out picks throughout the morning. New Jersey memes, pick 1. I'm leaning towards Waddle. New Jersey memes, I lean towards Waddle just barely. Jay Fafella, Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson. I'm leaning towards Garrett Wilson. Very close, but I will lean towards Wilson because of the Vikings pass defense. M.A., Flowers, Hill, or Worthy. On this one, very, very tight, actually. I think I'm going to lean just slightly towards Worthy. I lean towards Worthy, M.A. I think he's got the best matchup. Jared Ford, Geno, or Fields? Great question. I'm going to lean just slightly, I think, towards Justin Fields, Jared. Sandman, Kobe Parkinson or Kmet? I go Kobe Parkinson. Chris Films, Kraft or McBride? I don't know if McBride's going to play. That he was questionable throughout the week. I think he is unlikely to play unless things change this morning. I lean towards Kraft unless we get a good injury report from the Arizona Cardinals. Clip farming, Allen or Daniels? It's Daniels, buddy. It's Daniels. Juan, Allen, Daniels, or Burrow? Great question. I'm still leaning towards Daniels. It's between Daniels and Burrow. Very, very tight, but I lean Daniels very, very close. Evan Barrett, Robinson, or Justice Hill. I'm leaning slightly on this one, I think, towards Robinson, just because the passing game of the Rams, I think, is going to have enough success. It's very tight, though. I am Luis. Wicks over Flowers. Wicks over Flowers. Shazy, 1166. I'd go Gibson. Gibson is RB1 for the Patriots now. If you haven't been paying attention, Ramondre Stevenson has been demoted on the Patriots depth chart. Gibson's RB1 now. Vlad Freak, Brown or Eckler? I'd go Eckler. I'd go Eckler. Drew Hazard, Worthy or Hill? I'd go Worthy. Drew Hazard, I'd go Worthy. Waylon Bunch, I'd go Sermon. Waylon Bunch, I'd go Sermon. Thanks for the questions. Once we get some live goal confetti, we're giving out picks. Again, NFL game picks, total plays, player prop bets. If you don't want to wait around for individual picks, DM me on Instagram. We'll give them away for free. But if you want them during the show, that's how we do it. Chris Films, they came out this morning that McBride is expected to play, so play him. If he is going to play him. If somehow McBride got upgraded to playing, I would play him. I've been watching that throughout the week, so that must be new information to me. I hadn't seen that yet from Adam Schefter, so we're going to keep an eye on that one throughout the morning. Trey McBride, we'll wait for the injury report. If Trey McBride is playing, he's in my lineup. Adam, Hill or Gibson? I'm leaning just slightly towards Hill, believe it or not. Crystal Trejo, I'd go Eckler over Hunt. Eckler over Hunt. Vlad Freak, 22. Need to. I'd go, Vlad Freak, I think I'd go Pickens. I'd go Pickens and Wicks. Vlad Freak, I'd go Pickens and Wicks in a very close play. Armando Cepeda, half PPR. I'm leaning just slightly towards Olave over Higgins. Olave over Higgins. Appreciate you guys being with us. Storytime 97, a subscriber. Swift, McLaurin, Worthy, Adunze, or Shaheed, pick 2 in a non-PPR. I'm leaning towards Swift. And I lean Worthy, I think, slightly over McLaurin because I like that matchup against the Saints a little bit more than I like the matchup for the Commanders against the Browns. So I'll go Swift and Worthy. JV 305, Raiders or Patriots defense this week. Man, I've been leaning towards the Raiders on this one. I just think the Patriots defense has just enough injuries and just enough weaknesses there. I don't like them in the passing game. They might get some sacks, but I'm concerned. Rice Takes Sports just resubscribed, which means we get to do one of my things every single day. Let's give out picks for all you folks. So thank you for subscribing. Rice Takes Sports. Let's get a pickup on the board. We're going to the NFL, and of course we got to start in London because we're only about 18 minutes away from kickoff. I'm taking Jets plus 4.5. Jets plus 4.5. I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets bounce back. I think their defense plays well. The defense, especially in the passing game, is going to make life hard for Sam Darnold. I think at most this is a 3-4 point game. So Jets plus 4.5. Jets plus 4.5. First pick that I have up on my board, everybody. Thank you for the resubscribe. We'll give out another pick. We'll give out a total play for this game. We'll give out a total play for Jets and Vikings when we get a live gold confetti or another TikTok subscriber. Rice Takes Sports, lock it in. Let's go. Tanner, Derrick Henry or James Cook? Derrick Henry is going to have a monster week against the Bengals defense. You got to take Derrick Henry. Adam just threw some confetti in the air because he wants to know what the total play is going to be. Storytime just did the same, so we got 2 picks coming your way. Next pick, Jets, Vikings. We're going under 44.5. Jets and Vikings under 44.5. So we've got 2 picks for that early game. Jets plus 4.5. Jets, Vikings under 44.5. And yes, we are going to go to a player prop bet right now. I talked about Garrett Wilson a moment ago. I like Garrett Wilson over 45.5 yards. Garrett Wilson over 45.5 receiving yards. And with that in mind, for those that are curious, the odds on that one right now, Garrett Wilson, that's around minus 200. But I'll give you a play to tag into that. I like Garrett Wilson to also have an anytime touchdown. So those are the picks that I've got up on the board for this early game in the UK. Jets plus 4.5. Jets, Vikings under 44.5. Garrett Wilson over 45.5 receiving yards. And Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown. If you told me Breece Hall found the end zone as well, it wouldn't surprise me. It's not up on the big board, but it wouldn't shock me as well. those are some picks to get you guys started. Hope you guys are pumped for this NFL Sunday. This is going to be the best day of the year. We all know it. We're all pumped for it. El Pinche, I'd go Cam Akers. El Pinche, Cam Akers. Connor, Lindsey, Downs, Sutton, Higgins, Worthy, or Whittington, pick 3. Connor, I'd go Downs, Higgins, and Worthy. Downs, Higgins, and Worthy would be the 3. Saxon, I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Jerome Ford. Saxon, I'm leaning towards Jerome Ford on that one. Drew Hazard, I'd go Eckler. It sounds like no Brian Robinson Jr. for the day, which means Austin Eckler could have a big performance. Sitar player, start 2. CeeDee Lamb, and I'm leaning towards... Sitar, I gotta play CeeDee Lamb. I just can't sit him. I'd go CeeDee Lamb and Garrett Wilson. It's a tough call. I think Amari Cooper's got a good matchup, but I'll go Lamb and Wilson. I feel like I can't sit Lamb right now. R. Lopez, W. Packers missing wide receiver Watson and Dobbs. Should I start Purdy or Love? I would personally start Love. I still think Love's got a massive game coming against the Cardinals, even though it's going to be a Jaden Reed, a Wicks game, a Josh Jacobs game. I'm not worried about it. I still think Love puts up big numbers. I'm actually more concerned, I think, about Jordan Mason taking away some of the points from Purdy. Zodwick, I'd go Sermon. Alex, flex Tucker, Madison, or Lazard. For the moment, I'm leaning Lazard. Hold on one second. It might become Madison. Checking on the running back stats. Yeah, I'm still going Lazard. Alex, I'm leaning Lazard. Shanzo, hey buddy, should I start B-Rob or Sermon? Is Brian Robinson Jr. playing? The last I checked, he was banged up. Brian Robinson Jr. Checking on his status for the week. Brian Robinson Jr. was limited in practice throughout the week. Questionable. If obviously Brian Robinson Jr. doesn't play, that's your answer. I think I still lean towards Sermon though, Shanzo. I lean towards Sermon. Great to have you guys with us. We're only 15 minutes into our show. We got hours to go. Excited about it. Connor Lindsey, I'd go Raiders. Connor Lindsey, I would lean towards the Raiders over the 49ers on that one. MLE, pick 2. Wow, tough call. I don't want to double up on the Packers offense, so MLE, I'm going to go Jacobs and Higgins. Hey, Mir, Deontay Johnson or JSN? Really tough for me. I'll lean Deontay Johnson because I'll take the wide receiver 1 over a wide receiver 2. Marvin, which RB do I start? Wilson, Allen, or Sermon? It's Sermon, Marvin. It's Sermon. T. Wayne, sit Achan for either Brian Thomas Jr. or Higgins? Yes, I would make it Brian Thomas Jr. Connor, appreciate the love. Jeremy, 97, flex DJ Moore or James Conner. I'd go DJ Moore on that one. Bob, Jacoby Myers or Lazard? I don't like Jacoby Myers' matchup. I know he's projected to get more. You can go in that direction. In a PPR league, he might be slightly more valuable. I'll lean Jacoby, but I don't love it, to be honest. Death Not Cools, pick 3. Cooper, Higgins, Diggs, Dell, and Wicks. Death Not, I'd go Cooper, Higgins, and Wicks. I know Diggs has that revenge game against the Bills. Tough matchup, though. I'd go Cooper, Higgins, and Wicks. Thanks for the question. Carolina N. My league runs a head coach. Jets head coach or Broncos head coach? I'll lean towards the Jets head coach, believe it or not. Here's the reason why. We got some interesting trends coming out that were mentioned. Some of you folks know about the trend of the Colts struggling down in Jacksonville, but another trend for you is actually the Raiders. The Raiders have won 8 straight games against the Broncos. Their second longest winning streak against Denver in franchise history. The other one came in the late 60s. So Denver has really owned this rivalry of late. Las Vegas has owned the rivalry of late. Kind of an interesting one. Don't really like the Broncos as much as I should after that stat. Dallas Ogburn, Sermon or Ford? I lean Sermon. Don Roman, I'd probably sit. I'd sit James Conner out of that group, I think. I don't love it, but I'd sit Conner. Hill isn't going to have a good game, but I think I trust him maybe slightly more. Ian Thomas, Najee Harris. If I've answered your question, hit that like button. Make sure you show some love. Log, I'd go Cooper. Blandito, I'd go Hunt. I think I lean Hunt, but it's very tight. Caleb, who you have winning the Jets game? I put up Jets plus 4.5. That's as much of a pick I'll give on it. Do I think the Jets probably win this one? I do, but I'm not willing to put it up on my big board, and I don't want to give you an unconfident pick. I like the Jets to cover the plus 4.5. That's what I really like. Tyler Beckham, I have Aaron Jones playing Bryce Hall, so I leave them both in. You mean Breece Hall? Yeah, I guess so. You don't know the name of your players. It always makes you question things. Rushik, who do I start? Pick 2. I'd go, very tight here. I don't want to double up on the Packers. I'd go Reed and Olave. Rushik, I'd go Reed and Olave would be the 2. Noted, I'd go Wilson. Noted, I'll go with Garrett Wilson just barely. Hunter, I go Mike Williams. Hunter, Mike Williams. Drew, how do you feel about Tank Bigsby this week? I think he's going to have a good game. I don't know. It's all about whether he can get in the end zone, because I don't think he gets enough usage throughout the game to have a monster score. But I think he could have a 6-7 point game. If he got in the end zone, obviously, he reaches double digits. T-Coats, sit 1. T-Coats, I'm sitting Cook. I'm sitting James Cook. Stephen Hall, should I start Allen, Leggett, or Allen Lazard? It's Keenan Allen. Stephen Hall, it's Keenan Allen. Chris Meek, I'd go Ertz. Chris Meek, I lean just slightly towards Ertz. Tyler, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, or Judy? I lean towards Garrett Wilson because the matchup. Garrett Wilson just barely. User Phila, I'd go Eckler. User Phila, I'd go Eckler just barely. RCX, Daniels or Love. Man, Love's got a good matchup, but I can't sit Jaden Daniels right now. I'll lean Jaden Daniels just barely, though the matchup isn't as favorable and I'm aware of it. Pat, Thomas, Addison, or Kirk? I'm leaning towards Brian Thomas Jr. Between him and Kirk, it's very tight, though. Ran it. Charbonnet or Mostert? Does Mostert have any value right now? Legitimately. I think I'd go Charbonnet. I don't know where Mostert's value really is. Very tough spot for him. Joey, Lazard, or Tank Dell? I'd go Tank Dell just barely. Tank Dell just barely. Chris Meek, I have McBride, but I'm worried about his injury and he plays the Niners. I agree with you. Who are your other options, Chris? Carolina N. I'm leaning just slightly towards Flowers because I know he's going to get the opportunities to get PPR points. Tim Kreutz, I'd go Sermon. Tim. I'd go Sermon over Charbonnet. Tyler, got your answer. FMV, need to know who to start. CJ Stroud or Fields? It's Justin Fields. Justin Fields would be the start there. Marshall Landis. I think Andrews, it's a tough matchup. I'll lean towards Kraft. Andrews hasn't shown me enough. I'll lean towards Kraft. Rich Matthews, great to see you this morning. Moore, Ayuk, Hunt, Whittington. Please pick 2. I'm going to go Moore and Ayuk. Moore and Ayuk would be the 2. Ricky, I'd go Wicks. Brian Robinson Jr. is questionable, Ricky. I'd go with Wicks. Connor, Lindsay, I'd go Connor. I lean towards Parkinson, but between him and Henry, it's very, very tight. I lean Parkinson just barely. Drew Hazard, Rodgers or Flacco? Great question. Both have unbelievable matchups this week. I would lean just slightly towards Joe Flacco. I know the Vikings have given up more passing yards than the Jaguars just barely, but I actually like Joe Flacco's situation a little bit better. I'll go Joe Flacco in a surprising one. Andrew, Downs or Madison? I'd go Downs. Andrew, I'd go Downs. When we get more live goal confetti or another TikTok subscriber, or let's get to 10 shares, everybody. When we hit 10 shares, we're going to give out another pick. So those are some ways we can get another pick up on the board. Mac, Ferguson or McBride? I don't know about McBride's status. I lean towards Ferguson. Miami or Seattle? I'm leaning slightly towards Seattle. Adam just threw some confetti up in the air. Let's get some picks up on the board, everybody. Oh, and we hit 10 shares. You know we got to give out more picks now. Let's get another game pick on the board. Next game pick is going to be, I'm taking the Dolphins on the win. Not just that, I'm taking Dolphins -1.5. I don't like this Patriots roster. David Andrews is hurt. Kyle Duggar is hurt. There's a lot of chaos. There's supposedly a mutiny in the Patriots locker room. Things are going poorly with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback and Gerard Mayo as head coach. I'll take the Dolphins to cover. I also saw a trend earlier in the week doing my research that Mike McDaniel is a really good coach coming off an against the spread loss. So I think Dolphins not only get the win, but I'll take Dolphins -1.5. Let's get another pick on the board because you guys are demanding it. Next pick that we're going to put up there, let's go with a player prop bet. I'm going to take Matthew Stafford over 220.5 passing yards. This might seem like a reach with the wide receivers that he has, but Matthew Stafford consistently gets over 200, and against this Packers pass defense, I think he goes even higher. I'll take Matthew Stafford over 220.5 passing yards, 220.5. Going over that total. Next pick we're giving out comes when we get a live goal when we get a subscriber or a live goal confetti. Braden as a flex, Ayuk or Terry. I mean, I love the fact that you got your other wide receivers in. I'm leaning just slightly, I think, towards... I'm leaning towards Ayuk. I'm leaning Ayuk just barely because the matchup. Very close, but I lean towards Ayuk. Dak or Flacco. I'd go Flacco over Dak. El Pinche. I do think Higgins is a good touchdown play. El Pinche, I love the idea. Ricky, we're waiting on Brian Robinson Jr., but I lean towards Wicks anyways. Appreciate the subscribers. Appreciate the followers. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for sharing the channel. We got our shares way up. Kevin, Fields or Burrow? Very, very tight for me. I lean towards Fields because I love what he can do with his legs against the Cowboys. No Micah Parsons, no DeMarcus Lawrence. I lean towards Fields. Louis, Kirk, Stevenson, or Wandale. I'd go Kirk. Louis, I'd go Kirk. Thanks for all those shares. Thanks for hitting the like button. Darius, we got you going with Fields. Cinnamon corn dog. By the way, that sounds delicious right now. Cinnamon corn dog, I'd go Wicks. Cinnamon corn dog, I'd go Wicks. Champ, I'd go Sermon over Tucker. Champ, Sermon over Tucker. 25 minutes into the show, we already have 6 picks on the board. We got a whole lot more coming. Just hit that live goal confetti. TJ Gray, I'd go Sermon. TJ Gray, I'd go Sermon. Very tight though, and the reason is the PPR. The PPR, I like Javonte in the PPR. I'll take Sermon overall though. Andrew, thoughts on Bijan going forward? Atlanta Falcons are a frustrating team. It doesn't matter who their head coach is or their OC. For whatever reason, they draft unbelievable talent in the first rounds of drafts and yet don't use them like they should. So I don't really have a good answer for you because it makes me scratch my head. Mac, Allen, Eckler, or Waddle? I lean Eckler, I think, just barely. Very close. Very close on this one. But I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Eckler. Do I feel great about it? No. But if Brian Robinson Jr. is out, Mac, M-A-K, if Brian Robinson Jr. is out, it's Eckler for me. Josh, Polk, Slayton in a deep flex play. Man, I don't like either one. I guess I go Slayton because I'm not trusting Jacoby Brissett to throw to wide receivers. Just not his strength, apparently. The RJ, great to see you this morning. Henry, Kyron, JD, anytime touchdown. Yeah, it sounds good. Alex, Flacco, or Rodgers? I lean Flacco just barely, Alex, but super tight. Jonathan, Rodgers, or Darnold? It's Aaron Rodgers. He's got the better matchup. Jeff Herman, I'd go Murray over Darnold. Murray over Darnold. K. Sosa, I'd go Wicks over Leggett. Wicks over Leggett. Cole Sola. Should I start DeMarcus Robinson, Braylon Allen, or Justice Hill? I'll go Robinson just barely. Because the injuries on that offense, I lean Robinson. Do I feel great about it? No, but I think I like him a little bit more. JP, Packers on the money line. Not a pick that's getting on our big board, JP. Frankly, I don't like what you're looking at right now. It's just, it could happen. It's not what I'm actually betting on today, though. Packers money line is not a pick that I've got up on my big board. In fact, I'm not taking a side on that game. Not enough confidence on either side. J-Dubs, Miami or Green Bay defense? Miami. J-Dubs, Miami defense. Noted, Kincaid, Kraft, McBride, pick 2. I'd go Kincaid and Kraft. John Doe, 174, I go Wicks. John Doe, I go Wicks. Cameron, Eileen Bowers. I'm worried about Kittle's health. Going to that 49ers game, we're waiting on the injury report for Kittle. Kittle was listed this week. Oh, they pulled him. Okay, it's Kittle. I'm not seeing him on the injury report anymore. He must have been cleared. I'll take... Oh, no, he is. Ribs. Limited participation. Yeah, Cameron, if Kittle is out, it's Bowers. I don't love the rib injury. I missed him on the injury report for a moment. Hunter, Goodson or Roshan Johnson? Hunter, Roshan Johnson. DO for L10. Should I play the Vikings defense? Not one of my favorites this week, to be honest. Wild West, 120. Fields or Love? I lean Fields. I have the same problem in one of my leagues. I lean Fields just barely because I love what he can do with his legs. Bill Jeffries. Jeffress? Love or Smith? I'd go Love. Dan, pick 3. I'd go Garrett Wilson, I'd go Pittman, and I'd go Wicks. Dan, Wilson, Pittman, and Wicks would be the 3. Thanks for the question. When we get another TikTok subscriber or we get some more confetti on TikTok, we're going to give out another pick. If you guys don't want to wait around for all of my picks to come out during the show, just DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every single day for free. Never behind a paywall. You never have to subscribe to that. All you got to do is sign up. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make. Give them away for free because you guys work hard for your money. You're sports fans just like me. You shouldn't be paying for picks. You should be getting those for free because, frankly, unless I was an insiding sportsbook betting expert, it's not worth paying for. You can follow my picks. You can fade them. That's entirely up to you. But our picks are available for free every single day. All you got to do is DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. Yes, I really did start a company called Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram. Get every pick that I give out. Or wait for me to give them out one by one throughout the show. Drop the head coach of the Carolina N. I really don't understand what this league is with the head coaches, so Carolina N, forgive me, but I'm going to ignore it because head coaches in fantasy, I think it's kind of stupid, and I really don't understand the value system of it, so Carolina N, no offense, but I'm uninterested. Sergio, Ayuk or JSN, I'd go Ayuk. Your life depends on this? Sergio, kind of creepy, but I'd go Ayuk on that one. Ayuk with the wide receiver 1 status. Shazzy, I'd go Thomas Jr., Shazzy Thomas Jr., Moman, Kamara or Walker, I'd go Kamara just barely. Kamara just barely. Very close for me, though. Very, very tight. I think I like Kamara more just because I think he's going to get used in a multitude of ways. Gavin, Etienne over Hunt. Etienne over Hunt. Pablito, Kyron Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Swift, Kamara, pick 3. I would sit Chuba Hubbard. Pablito, I'd go Kyron, Swift, and Kamara. Kyron, Swift, and Kamara would be the 3. Bergner, Javante, or Sermon is very, very tight for me, actually. Part of me is leaning. Honestly, I'll go Javante. I like Sermon. This is a tight one for me, but I'll go Javante on this one, maybe by a hair. Hunter, Tracy, or Gibson? Great question. I'm going to lean towards Gibson just because I think they'll use him in the run and the pass game. Toby, all right, Toby, thanks for letting me know, buddy. I'm going to talk to my folks about this. Adam, pick 2, Josh Downs, Pittman, Roma Dunze. By the way, Toby, it's probably because I'm overseas right now, but don't worry, we'll get it figured out. Adam, pick 2. I'd go, Adam, I really don't want to double up on the Colts offense, but I think I'm going to. I'd go Pittman and Downs. Pittman and Downs are the play. AA, I'd go Garrett Wilson. AA, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Love the content? Hit that like button. Make sure you do when we hit, let's say, 20,000 likes, we're going to give out a pick. No, that's a lot of like buttons being hit, but when we hit 20,000 likes, we'll give out another pick. Jason, very tight on this one. I'd go Akers. Jason, I lean towards Cam Akers just barely. Dog, should I pick up Addison in an 8-man PPR? To play today, no. As a long-term play, I think it's a good stash play. The RJ, I'm leaning just slightly towards Sermon. The RJ, I lean towards Sermon just barely. Tranquil W, I'd go Sermon and Ford. Sermon and Ford. Adam wants a pick right now. Adam's like, I don't want to wait for 20,000 likes. Let's get a pick on the board right now. He threw confetti in the air. Here's our next pick, everyone. This one may surprise you. I'm taking Bengals plus 5.5. Bengals plus 5.5. Do I think the Ravens probably win? Probably. But the Bengals plus 5.5 is a very attractive play for me. The reason behind that is that when John Harbaugh is coming off a very big win, when John Harbaugh is coming off a win of 20 or more points and he's an away favorite with a tight line, he's 1-9 against the spread. So actually, Ravens teams, under the scenario that they're coming into, big win last week, tight spread this week, they're not actually very good at covering. So while I think the Ravens most likely win, the pick that I'm putting up on my big board is Bengals plus 5.5. Bengals plus 5.5. One of the reasons I like that, the Bengals are at home. I think this is a tighter game. Bengals plus 5.5. Next pick that's on the board. Again, at 20,000 likes, we're giving away a pick. Or throw some confetti in the air. Or become a TikTok subscriber. You know how we do. Caleb, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Very close, but Caleb, I go Brian Thomas Jr. Y'all listen, meow. I don't like either one of them. Ramondre's been demoted. Chase Brown's an RB2 going up against the best run defense in the league. I'd probably lean just slightly towards Chase Brown, honestly. I don't like either one of them, but if Ramondre is being demoted, I don't really know what I'm getting from him overall. Cook, I'd go Sermon over Madison. Cook, Sermon over Madison. Noah A, 111. Hunter Moss, I'd go Hunt. Hate the matchup for Moss this week. I'd go Hunt. Tommy Hillier, I'd go Hunt. Tommy Hillier, exact same question, I'd go Hunt. Couple of people who've got similar teams here. DCL Wood, there's got to be better people available than Addison in an 8-man. I agree with you, by the way, but I answer the questions that people mention to me. I don't necessarily pick and choose. Kraft or McBride, I'd go Kraft. Kraft over McBride. Depressed Raptors fan, I lean love over Purdy, but I think it's very, very close. Jacob, I'd go Chase. I'd go DK, and I'd go Reed. Believe it or not, I'm sitting MHJ. I don't feel great about that, but I like the other three enough. I'd go Chase, DK, and Reed. Mike, I'd go Kincaid over Bowers. Kincaid over Bowers in a very, very tight one. Thank you. Again, 20,000 likes for another pick. Live goal confetti for another pick, or a TikTok subscriber. We give away another pick. Kyle Klein, public is going to be happy today. Kyle, we're giving away a lot of picks that are on the side of Vegas. For all of those out there, this is the worst start in 20 years for the betting public. Maybe the public bounces back today, but I'm on the side of the sports books with a lot of my bets. I found that the sports books, even if you look at historically, the sports books are getting smarter about the lines they create, the totals they set. The sports books have figured out how to take our money at an even better rate. I'd rather be on the side of Vegas. Dog, thoughts on Breece Hall today? I hope he gets in the end zone, but I don't think he has a massive game on the ground between the 20s. JV 305 with Flacco starting, Downs or Hill. Believe it or not, it's Downs. The one concern I have about Tyreek Hill, he's going up against Christian Gonzalez, who right now for me is a top 3 corner in the league. He is shut down. And you look at his stats against number 1 wide receivers, Christian Gonzalez be real, everybody. He'd be very real. Appreciate you guys being with us. Douglas, thanks for DMing me on Instagram. Douglas wants every pick that I make every day. He just got him. If you want every pick, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports, you know how we do. Empo, tough. I lean Daniels over Love. It's very close, but I like Daniels, not just in the passing game, but the running game. That's what makes a big difference for me. D-Town, I got a wide receiver and flex spot to fill. Etienne, Higgins, Scary Terrier, and Downs. I'd go Etienne and Higgins. D-Town. Etienne and Higgins would be the 2. Romeo, I'd go Flacco. Romeo, I'd go Flacco. Boyle, thoughts on Kareem Hunt? He's RB1 on the Chiefs. I think he really, you're hoping he finds the end zone. I don't think he's got a ton of value, but I think the matchup against the Saints is just bad enough where at best he's a flex play for me. Mike, I'd go Kincaid. D, I'll go... I don't really trust Jawan Jennings. Now that the wide receivers on the 49ers are healthy, I'll go Leggett and I'll go Leggett and Purdy. Leggett and Purdy, though I don't feel great about it, to be fair. Tyler, Sermon or Amari Cooper? I probably lean Amari Cooper just barely. Tyler, I go Amari Cooper. Appreciate you guys being with us. More picks coming your way soon. Sean, I'd go Wicks over Scary Terry. Shay, I don't know if Brian Robinson Jr. is going to play, Shay. He was listed as questionable throughout the week. We're going to have to wait till the injury report comes out at 11:30. Speaking of football, we've got football on TV, everybody. Football on TV. So for all of those that are with us for the rest of the day, keep that second screen experience going. But we are officially past this Vikings and Jets game. Vikings and Jets is underway. So if you have a question about that game, I'm sorry, but the date is past. We've already moved on. Trade Walker for Justin Jefferson. If someone's willing to trade Kenneth Walker and give you Justin Jefferson, 100% yes. That's a terrible trade for them. I'd 100% do it. Appreciate you guys being with us. Speaking of Justin Jefferson, he just got a big gain in that Vikings and Jets game. Tyler, the creator. I'm leaning slightly, I think. Tyler, I'm leaning towards Flowers because the PPR points. I don't feel great about it, but I lean Flowers maybe barely over Waddle. Aiden Solorio, I can only start one. Flowers, Higgins, Najee, or Swift. Man, you've got some good matchups in that one. I'm leaning slightly towards Swift. Swift over Higgins. It's very tight, but I'll go Swift over Higgins. Liani, I'd go Kincaid over Kittle. Kincaid over Kittle because Kittle is questionable with those broken ribs. We're concerned about it. Or I say rib injury. I said broken ribs. It's a rib injury. We're not quite sure what it's going to be. Carolina N playing Njoku today, even though he'll be limited. I don't really love it. If you could find other tight ends on the waiver wire, I'd much prefer that. Barack, I'd go Akers. Barack, Akers over Brown. M, Pittman over Waddle. M, Pittman over Waddle. User 1097, I'd go Sermon over Addison, but it doesn't matter now. Addison's playing right now, buddy, so that question's already, it doesn't matter anymore. If Addison's not in your lineup now, oh well. Tristan, I'd go Pickens over Robinson. Tristan Whitaker, I'd go Pickens over Wan'Dale Robinson. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. If you're watching the game in the UK, the London game right now, keep the phone going. Keep that second screen experience going. We are giving out more picks, everybody. Don't forget, DM me on Instagram to get picks, or hit the live goal confetti, or become a TikTok subscriber. We give away our picks for free every day. Sean, I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Sermon. Very tight here between Ford and Sermon. You know what? I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go Ford. Sean, I'm going to go Ford just barely. Very tight, but I'll go Ford just barely. RTR87, I'm going to lean towards Shaheed. I think he'll bounce back enough over Leggett, and I'd go Purdy. Adam wants another pick. Adam gets another pick as Justin Jefferson gets close to the first down marker. Man, refs gave him a good spot. Vikings continue to advance. Let's get another pick on the board to say thank you to Adam. Our next pick's going to be another game pick. It's another underdog. I'm taking the Browns today. Browns are a heavy underdog against the Commanders. I know the Commanders are scorching hot, but they're just getting a little bit too much love for me. I did move this line. I'm taking Browns plus 6.5. Browns plus 6.5. By the way, for all those that want to fade the public, the number one game that sportsbooks need to go in their way is this Browns and Commanders game. According to sportsbook experts, there has been more money placed on the Commanders today than any other team in the league. So, if you don't want to be on the side of the publics, be with me on the side of the Browns. If you think the public again has a bad day, don't be on the Commanders. The Commanders are getting a lot of love from the public, so everybody be very aware of the fact that the Browns might be a sneaky good play if you don't want to be on the side of the public. Appreciate the questions. We're giving out picks throughout the show. Y'all listen meow. Brown, Ramondre. I don't feel good about Ramondre being demoted. I'll go Chase Brown. Both are bad plays. Let's make sure I say that. Sawyer Clark, I'd go Akers. Sawyer Clark, I'd go Akers. Jared Ford, I'd go Akers. Jared Ford, I'd go Cam Akers. Matt Chubb, I lean towards Justice Hill. Matt Chubb, I'd go Justice Hill. He's got a good matchup. Sawyer Clark, don't spam the chat, buddy. Don't spam the chat. Don't do it, okay? Don't spam the chat. You spam the chat, we got to mute you. So don't spam the chat. Caleb Taylor, I'm going Sermon. Caleb Taylor, I'd go Sermon. By the way, big sack by the Jets. Drop Sam Darnold way back. Might be in field goal range. We'll let you know. Jen with the heart. Chris Olave. Jen with the heart. Chris Olave. Eric Harrison, Jerome Ford, Eric Harrison, Jerome Ford. Eli, I think Commanders are too hot to lose, man. All right, Eli, here's all I'll say. When the public believes something wholeheartedly, it's been failing for the last 4 weeks of NFL football. The public is losing at a rate that's greater than at any time in the last 20 years. So the fact that you have so much conviction actually makes me feel better about my Browns play. Not saying the Commanders can't win. I'm saying be very careful because the value there has gone down. The sports books will be rooting against you. Ball coach, Lawrence or Flacco, need a spot start. Honestly, pretty crazy. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. I think this is going to be the best Trevor Lawrence game of the year. So I'd take Trevor Lawrence. I actually have a Trevor Lawrence player prop to throw up on the board. When we get live goal confetti or another TikTok subscriber, we are going to give out a Trevor Lawrence player prop bet. So that's the next thing we're going to give out once we hit our live goal of confetti. One more confetti, not the live goal itself. Bo Gallagher. Ooh, I lean Deontay Johnson. Bo, I'm going to lean Deontay Johnson just barely. Eli, that's true, and Amari did have a good game last week. Eli, you're talking yourself into my side. We'll see who you ultimately bet. Derek Roberts, I'd go Pittman. Derek Roberts, I'd go Pittman. Lennon, I'd go Keenan Allen. Lennon, I don't like Keon Coleman today. I like Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen. Pokemon Trainer. I'm leaning Jaden Daniels just barely because I like the run and the passing game. Derek Roberts. Start one. It's Pittman, buddy. It's Pittman. Michaela Petro. Great to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Flappo. Purdy Fields. 4-point touchdown. I lean towards Fields. I think Fields is going to have a great game. I'd go Fields and Eckler. Fields and Eckler. Eckler just barely over Tracy. I think the PPR might help you, Flacco. I know we're live earlier than usual. I appreciate you guys getting up and putting on the show. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time we're live. Marnie, I lean towards Fields. I'm leaning Fields just barely over Flacco. Again, it's Fields' running capability that makes me excited about it. Joe, Wicks, Najee, or Sermon. I'd go Wicks. Joe, I'm going Wicks just barely. Nate, Deshaun, or Flacco. I'd go Flacco. I'd go Flacco. Mike V, I go Sermon. Mike V, I'm leaning Sermon. We're 45 minutes into the show. Believe it or not, we have 3 hours of coverage coming. 3 more hours of Butt Fumble Sports, giving out picks, answering fantasy questions, telling you what's going on in the London game, and obviously ranting about what's going on in the sports world. So everybody, if you think we're 45 minutes and done, we got 3 more hours to go. Settle in, everyone. Joey, is Madison a good starter today? Maybe as a flex play, but I'm not crazy about him. Steep 6, I'd go Ertz. I don't trust Njoku yet because of the injury. I'll lean towards Ertz. Tyler, the Creator. Between Waddle and Flowers, it's very tight. I lean Flowers because I like the PPR, but I think it's very, very tight. Asshat, great to see you. I'm leaning Cam Akers. Asshat, I'll lean Akers just barely over Downs. It's an RB versus a wide receiver. I think I like Akers to get a few more carries. Do you still like Stafford over? JP, it's on my big board, buddy. Not over 224.5, but 220.5. But yes, I do. Even with the wide receivers down, Matt Stafford's just very consistent throwing the ball in this offense. And I think the Packers score a lot of points, which means the Rams have to do the same. I think that forces Stafford to be throwing the football in the second half. AB, I go Fields over Burrow just barely. Fields over Burrow just barely. Broccoli, Flowers, Hill, or JSN. I'm leaning Flowers because I like the PPR, but frankly, I'm not crazy about any of them this week. I lean Flowers just barely. Michaela, JP, he has him 220 on them. Michaela's got me. Michaela's watching, doing a great job keeping everyone honest. Liam, Judy, or Leggett? Tight. I don't really feel good about either one. I might lean Judy just barely. Liam, I lean Judy maybe barely, but I don't feel great about it. Nate, I go Flacco. Drew McInnes. Drew, I go BTJ and Cooper. BTJ and Cooper. It's really tight between Cooper and Higgins. I lean Cooper just barely, but it's very, very close. By the way, Garrett Wilson has a catch for a couple of yards. You know we're rooting for him to reach 50 receiving yards today. Zach B, Love or Dak? Love. Jordan loves the play. CMC, drop Coleman to pick up Wicks. Yes. CMC, great to see you. It is the right move. Go with Wicks. Romneek, another great subscriber. Romneek, I go Justice Hill. It's too late to play Allen. Allen is literally playing right now. Justice Hill's the play. Hart, Colts defense or Dallas defense? Man, I really don't like Dallas's defense, but I don't like the Colts either. I think both are really bad this week. Dallas doesn't have Micah Parsons. They don't have DeMarcus Lawrence, but the Colts defense is going to give up a ton of points. I might go Dallas, but frankly, I think these are two defenses I wouldn't want to play, Hart. Mike V, I go Sermon. Mike V, I go Sermon. You got a fantasy question? Throw them in the context section. Service bad in Mexico. Y'all, Melissa Meow, no issue. So, y'all listen, Meow. Braylon's already playing. Chase has a terrible matchup, and Ramondre's been demoted from RB1 to RB2. So, all of them are bad. I lean Chase Brown. It would have been Allen if you could have gotten him in, but he's already playing. He's already playing today, so that's why I'm down on that. Man, Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers just aren't quite on the same page. Disappointing. Red AJ5, I go Worthy. I don't know who Darnell Robinson is. Yeah, I'd go Worthy. I'll go Worthy just barely. Proud Poppy, I'd go Bigsby. Proud Poppy, I'd go Bigsby. Colin, Javonte or Sutton, I go Williams. Colin, I go Javonte Williams. More questions being answered again. Live Goal Confetti, another pick. TikTok subscriber, another pick. Carson Oliver, I go Thomas Jr. Man, it's tight. Thomas Jr. And I'll lean towards Wicks. Thomas Jr. and Wicks, Carson. But man, that feels very close. That feels very close. Adam's like, screw this. I want more picks. I want more picks. I want more picks. More confetti means more picks. Let's get that Trevor Lawrence player prop bet on the board, everybody. Next pick's Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 passing touchdowns. 1.5 passing touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to have the best game of his season thus far. So I am very, very high, everybody, on Trevor Lawrence, high on the Jacksonville offense as well. Juicebox, Eckler or Charbonnet? I'd go Eckler. Juicebox, Eckler. Sean Boyd, I'd go Sermon. Sean Boyd, I'd go with Sermon. B. Chase, really tough here. Both going to have big games. I go Brian Thomas Jr., barely over Kirk, but it's very, very tight. Tim Riggs, I'll go Madison on this one. I think Brown's just got a worse matchup. I don't like either one. Kyle Klein, I saw it. Jets recover a fumbled punt. Great coverage. Jets back on the board. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Chris Robinson, I'll go Bears. Chris Robinson, I'll go Bears. Victor DeLeon, start 3. Brian Thomas Jr., Chase, and Debo. Victor, Chase, Debo, Brian Thomas Jr. Chase, Debo, Brian Thomas Jr. Jesse, I'd go Wicks over Eckler. Jesse, Wicks over Eckler. Ben, I'd go Fields over Love, barely. Super, super close, but I value the rushing yards and rushing touchdown I think Fields gets. So Ben, I'll go Fields over Love, very tight though. Riri, I go T. Higgins. Riri, I go T. Higgins. Tommy, I go TJ Moore. Tommy, DJ Moore. I said TJ, it's DJ Moore. Alicia, I'd go Akers. Alicia, I'd go Akers. Robert Gladstone, I'd go Najee. I'd go Harris, Swift, and Sermon. Robert Gladstone, Harris, Swift, and Sermon are going to be the 3 for me. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. If you are, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a member of the best community of sports fans out there. Garrett Olson, I'm concerned Brian Robinson Jr. is not going to play with an injury, a knee injury, so I'll lean Achan for the moment. Patrick, I'd go Madison over Moss. Moss has a terrible matchup against the Ravens. Robert, again, Brian Robinson Jr. could be out. I lean just slightly, I think, towards Higgins. Man, between Pickens and Higgins, it's close. I lean, I think, towards Higgins, but it's a coin flip between the two. The matchup against Diggs is the only thing keeping me from Pickens. I think Higgins has a big game. DP, I go Bowers. DP 223, I go Bowers. JR, I'm leaning Jaden Daniels. JR, Jaden Daniels. Jack Cusimano, I'd go Ayuk. Jack Cusimano, Ayuk. Jared Bova, I'd go, man, Jared Bova, that's a tough one. Between Geno and Murray, that is a very, very close one for me. 49ers pass defense is top 10. I'll lean towards Geno. But I actually think Kyler's going to have a slightly better day than what those stats suggest. By the way, they did not rule out a fumble. They said it hit a Jets player first. So technically not a fumble, actually. JAC, start 4. JAC, I'd start ETM, I'd start Ayuk, I'd start Pickens, and I'll start DJ Moore. So it's going to be ETM, Ayuk, Pickens, and Moore in a very, very tight play. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the Q&A. Ethan, Moss, and Ramondre, both are bad. I guess I go Moss because at least I know he's the RB1 on his offense. Appreciate you guys watching the show. No matter where you are, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, it's so wonderful to be with you on a Sunday. This is the best day of the week. It's the best day of the year because we get to come together and watch football. There's football live right now, so if you are watching football, make sure you keep that second screen experience going. Continuing to answer your questions, Alex, I'd go DJ Moore. Alex, DJ Moore over McLaurin. Close, though. Matt Barbero, I'd go Shaheed. Matt Barbero, Shaheed. Gregory, I go Sermon. Gregory, I go Sermon. Gav, I go Etienne. Gav, I go Etienne. Keyshawn, I go Akers. Keyshawn, I go Akers. By the way, Joel, thanks for DMing me on Instagram. You want all of my picks for free every day? DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram, everybody, Butt Fumble Sports. Bradley, Harris or Kirk? I go Kirk. Kirk just barely. Connor, I go Flacco over Dak. Connor, Flacco over Dak. Socratic JK, I go Sermon. Socratic JK, I go Sermon. Ethan, again, I don't like either one, Ethan, but I go Moss. Keyshawn, Akers. Keyshawn, Akers over Moss. Brandon, Sam Darnold's already playing, Brandon. You missed your chance. Brandon, the game's already started. You got to start Geno if he's not in your lineup. User 7066, I'd go Swift and Wicks. User 7066, they all have good matchups, but I'll go Swift and Wicks. Socratic JK was like, hey, I want to pick right now. Socratic JK, you're getting a pick right now. By the way, Sam Darnold just got walloped, and he is down. Sam Darnold just got hit on a 2nd and 4, and he is down. The Minnesota Vikings might have a quarterback issue. Ooh, he just took a shot right in the ribs. Sam Darnold is down right now and potentially injured. Looked like a rib injury. Oh, man. This could be bad news for the Minnesota Vikings, who are running out of quarterbacks on the year. Speaking of quarterbacks, we've got to get another player prop bet on the board. Everybody, I'm going to give you 2 player prop bets to say thank you for you guys being with us. The first one is Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. You're like, who's he throwing the football to? I don't know. I don't care. I think he gets 2 touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's the first pick we're putting up on the board. Next one, Patrick Mahomes. I know it's a Monday night play. Over half an interception has become an incredibly good play. I'll take Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception on Monday night. It's become one of the most consistent plays in the NFL right now because the dude just is allergic to throwing the football at times. Patrick Mahomes over half an interception to go along with Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. More picks coming when we get live goal confetti or we get a TikTok subscriber, so make sure you're doing both. Connor, appreciate you guys being with us. If you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, feel free to get your questions in. We're answering all of them. By the way, we're 1 hour into our show. We have 3 hours to go. 1 down, 3 to go. We got a lot of football conversations still left. Brickleberry, I'll go Kirk just barely. I love both of them today, but I'll go Kirk barely over Wicks. Shaquizno, I'd go Fields. Diego, shot to the ribs. Wind knocked out of him. Diego, I thought it was the ribs, even the way he grabbed it. It didn't look like he lost the air out of his lungs. It looked like he looked like he broke a rib, to be fair. Pluex, by the way, Pluex, great to see you. Where you been? Who do you have winning the London game? I have Jets plus 4.5. So I really didn't like a money line side on this one. I like the Jets plus 4.5. That's where I came down. Mike M. Downs, Whittington, or Shaheed. Already have Pittman starting. I don't love doubling up on the Colts receivers, but I'm going to do it. Mike M. Rare exception today. I'll go Josh Downs along with Pittman. Jamar, I'd go McLaurin. Brian Robinson Jr. might not play. We got to wait on the injury report. So obviously if he doesn't play, it's Chuba Hubbard. Dar, I'd go Tutu and Williams. Tutu and Javonte Williams. Looks like Sam Darnold's going to be okay. They've got Nick Mullins on the field for now, but it looks like Sam Darnold just put his helmet back on. Y Kits Vincent, I'd go Akers. Aaron Murphy, Brian Thomas Jr., it's BTJ. BTJ would be the play. Aaron Jones, great catch, and all of a sudden, the Vikings are on the Jets side of the field thanks to a throw from Nick Mullins to Aaron Jones. Good play. Socratic JK, I go Pittman Jr. Tim, should I do Bijan, Amon-Ra, Worthy for Jordan Mason, Debo, and Nick Chubb? No. Tim, I actually don't like that trade overall because I don't know what Nick Chubb is yet. Just enough ambiguity for me to not want him yet. Oh, with the lightning bolt, I'm leaning Pickens and Sermon. Pickens and Sermon. Saints are a pretty good run defense, so I don't love Hunt this week. Y'all listen, meow, start 3. I'd go Diggs, Downs, and Deontay Johnson. Jets just picked up the ball. Fumble. Vikings fumble the ball. A failed pitch to the running back. Jets pick up the ball. Jets have the ball in Vikings territory. A complete swing. We have some exciting action in London. Jets made a good defensive play on that one. W's workout log. W's, I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Sermon. Man, is this close. You know what? W's, I'll go forward. The matchup slightly better in favor of the Browns. W's, I'll go Ford, though it's very, very close to me. I'm kind of flipping back and forth. New Jersey memes, I'd go Downs and I'd go Tutu. Downs and Tutu. Who thought we'd be saying that? Spencer, I'd go Burrow over Kyler. Burrow over Kyler. Michaela, what a fumble. What a play. JV305, Christian Kirk. JV305, Christian Kirk. Darius Brooks, I'd go Williams and Tutu. Darius Brooks, Williams and Tutu. Appreciate you guys being with us. We're still waiting to hit 20,000 likes. We will give out another NFL pick when we hit 20,000 likes, when we hit confetti in our live goal, or we get another TikTok subscriber. Brody, I'd go Tracy Jr. Brody's asking Tracy Jr. or Jennings. I'd go Tracy Jr. just barely. Sam Robinson, 365. I'd go Christian Kirk, and I'd go Jerome Ford. Christian Kirk and Jerome Ford, Sam Robinson. Cam, how do we feel about Judy today? I don't think he's a bad play. I think this is a week in which he could be a decent flex play. Mike M, I'd go Downs. Answer that one for you, Mike. I'd go Downs. Keyshawn, I'd go Kraft. Keyshawn Pettyfree, I don't know how to pronounce the last one. Keyshawn, I'd go Kraft. Sideways Lex, I'm going Wicks and Ford. Wicks and Ford. It's close between the other two, but I'll go Wicks and Ford just barely over McLaurin and Worthy. Very tight, though. Logan Mayberry, I'd go Jacobs and Connor. Logan Mayberry, Jacobs and Connor. Holy Fuego, I'd go Gibson. Holy Fuego, I'd go Gibson. Kai Krasowski, I'd go Swift. I'd go Swift over Ford. Swift over Ford. By the way, if I butcher your name or handle, forgive me. Brian Jordan, I'd go Wicks. Brian Jordan, I'd go Wicks. Cards, is Roshan okay to play? I actually think he is as a flex play. He's not RB1 for me. DeAndre Swift is on that team. But the Panthers are so bad against the run, I think there is value there. Kai, I'd go Swift over Ford. Swift over Ford. Nick, I'd go Bowers over McBride. McBride's questionable. We're waiting on the injury report, but I just don't feel good enough about it. DP 223, Ayuk over Flowers. DP 223, Ayuk over Flowers. Make sure you guys are tapping that screen. Hit that like button, everybody. If I've answered your question, say thank you by hitting that like button. Augustin Puente, PPR start 2. I would start Swift, and I'd start Achan. I don't know if Brian Robinson Jr. is going to play. If he does, I'd play him, but I don't feel good enough about him right now. Spencer, I'd go Pickens. Spencer, I'm going to go Pickens. Aiden, would I start Diggs? Depends on who else I have. Tough matchup. Revenge game, but a tough matchup. DP 223, it's Ayuk. Catherine, I'd go Kincaid over Kmet. Very tight, but I'll go Kincaid over Kmet. Cards, we got that. Z, I'd go Wicks over Sutton. Z, Wicks over Sutton. Brian Jordan, Wicks over Achan. Wicks over Achan. Appreciate you guys being with us. I know we got football on the screen, but we're still answering fantasy football questions for the next 3 hours, everybody. Aaron Rodgers, bad drop by Alan Lazard. For you Alan Lazard owners, that's one you're going to want back. Braden Young, I'd go Ford over Shaheed, barely. Ford over Shaheed. Zach, I'd go Javonte over Ford. Javonte over Ford. Row 27, I go Sermon. Row 27, I'll go Sermon. Appreciate you guys being with us. NYG 729. Would you trade Saquon for Brown and Montgomery? Yes. NYG, yes I would. I actually love that trade. You're getting great value in return. Concrete 28, I'd go Worthy. Concrete 28, I'd go Xavier Worthy. Interception! Aaron Rodgers has been picked off, and it is going to be returned for a touchdown. The Minnesota Vikings with a pick six of Aaron Rodgers. What is going on in London? Aaron Rodgers on a 3rd and short throws a pick six. The Minnesota Vikings jump out to a double-digit lead if they can get the extra point. Wow. What a turn of events there. And by the way, go back to the Alan Lazard drop. The Alan Lazard drop is what made that play possible. Shady, start 2. Shady, I'd go Atwell and Wicks. Atwell and Wicks. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks, Shady, for being so good to us. Aiden, Brian Robinson listed good to go. If Brian Robinson Jr. is listed as good to go, I would play him because he's been good for an anytime touchdown very consistently. Aiden first, what do I do about Bijan? What can you do? I think you just play him, and I think you just got to deal with it. What a turn of events here in England. A outstanding interception there by Van Ginkel. What a play by the Vikings linebacker. Dominic, I would not play Mostert. Dominic, I would not play Mostert. Proud Poppy. Ooh, Proud Poppy. This is a tough question for me. Proud Poppy. Oh, Michael, thanks for the confetti. We're going to give out a pick in just one moment to say thank you. Between Carr and Stafford, I am conflicted on this one. I'm not going to lie. Packers and the Saints give up similar yards. I'll say Derek Carr barely. Proud Poppy, I don't feel great about it, but the receivers of the Rams being hurt, I'll lean towards Carr. I'll go Carr over Stafford. Very close, though. Josh, I go Ayuk over Shaheed. We got another pick to go, everybody. Another pick going up on our big board. Everybody ready? Let's give out another pick for this game, okay? Or for the day, rather. Next pick we're giving out, I'm taking Bills plus 3.5. You guys know I'm riding the underdogs today. Going with Bills plus 3.5 as the next pick we're giving out. Picks we've given out so far, not including this London game. Dolphins minus 1.5. Matthew Stafford over 220 passing yards. Bengals plus 5.5. Browns plus 6.5. Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes over half an interception. And Bills plus 3.5. John, I'd go Atwell over Whittington. Josh Kendrick, I'd go Flacco. Darth Raider, I'm leaning Ford. I lean Ford just barely. T. Cardi, I'd go Kirk and Wicks. Who thought we'd be saying that? Cole K. I lean Hill, but I don't feel great about it, to be honest. Michael, I'd go Downs and Harris. Shrank Outdoors, I'd go Hunt. I lean Hunt, but I don't feel great about it. Appreciate the questions. Caleb, I'd go Joe Burrow. I'm going to lean Joe Burrow. Ryan, I'd go Najee Harris. Liam, I'd go Sutton barely. Socratic JK, where do I think Devontae lands? Jets or Saints? It sounds like the Saints are making a major push to go get him. It's between the Jets and the Saints. For the moment, I'll lean towards the Saints. Michaela Jean, start 2. Chase and Wicks would be the 2, Michaela. Maldo, I'd go Ferguson. I'll go Ferguson just barely. C, I'd go Wicks over Connors. Michael Etheridge, I'd go Pickens. I'll go Pickens barely over Higgins. It's super close, but I lean Pickens. Wide receiver 1 versus wide receiver 2, very close. Visual concepts, I'd go Olave. Nicholas Perez, I'd go Javonte. Carolina N, I go Deontay Johnson. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content and the conversation. But Fumble Sports is live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Twitter X for another 2 hours and 45 minutes. A lot of football to talk, a lot of questions to answer. Huddy, what's the problem, bro? Bro, come on, what's the problem? What are we waiting for? Stringer, Cooper, Pittman, I'd go Pittman. Stringer, I'd go Pittman. K. Sosa, I go Kincaid. Jace, I go Ayuk. Aiden, I don't know what you want me to say. I wouldn't trade Bijan. I'd hold on to him and I'd just suffer through it. I wouldn't bitch about it. Lennon, should I drop Tank Dell or Quentin Johnston? I'd probably drop Quentin Johnston, I think. It's very close, though. John, I go Parkinson. Enzo Boy, I go Ertz. By the way, looking at Robert Saleh on the Jets sideline, that looks like a guy who knows that he's on the hot seat by the week. CT, I go Higgins. I'll go with Higgins. John, I go Kirk over Moore. K. Sosa, I got Kincaid. Kincaid. AK, I'm leaning Wicks just barely. Very tight AK. I think both have good games, but I'll go with Wicks. Man, the Jets are just off offensively, everybody. They are struggling, and I put a lot of this on Aaron Rodgers right now. The body language is bad, everybody. Carolina N, I'd go Kirk. Carolina N, I'd go Christian Kirk. Ken Arquette. Bijan and Olave for Montgomery Wilson. Who wins the trade? I think it's very, very tight. I'd probably say Montgomery and Wilson as of right now, but frankly, I think it's a very fair trade. I don't know if I really have a winner on that one. That's a very fair trade as of right now. TX Sox fan, I'd go Sermon. TX Sox fan, I'd go Trey Sermon. Juan Pena is Aaron Rodgers. Another interception! Aaron Rodgers, his second interception of the game. Aaron Rodgers looks awful right now. The worst we have seen him, certainly in years. Another pick by Aaron Rodgers, and the Vikings pass defense is on fire right now. Juan Pena, who for my wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, running backs. Okay, Juan, you pretty much want me to pick your team. Okay. Juan, Ridley's not even playing this week. Ridley's not playing this week. So I would answer your question, but frankly, you didn't do enough work. You just threw a lot in there. Juan, be smart, write a good question, don't waste our time, please. User 92, I'd go Cooper. User 92, I go Cooper. Spencer, I go Ford. Spencer, I go Ford. Tan, I go Higgins. Tan, I go T. Higgins. Grits and Gravy, I go Wicks. Grits and Gravy, I go Wicks. K. Sosa, I go Etienne. And I try to find another running back. I don't like Ramondre. I don't like Mostert. I'd go Etienne, and I'd go Ramondre. Carolina Ann, appreciate you doing it. Appreciate you being with us. You've got amazing service. Carolina Ann, it might be because I'm actually in Europe. I'm actually in Europe right now, so it actually may make my stream a little bit better. Tan, I go Higgins. Tan, I go Higgins. Steve Elwood, I go Cooper. Steve Elwood, I go Cooper. Where are the likes, everybody? Make sure you're hitting that like button. Socratic JK, thanks so much for the potato in Paris. Appreciate you being with us. Keep hitting that like button. How about this? When we hit 120 shares, we'll give out another pick. 20 more shares, we'll give out another pick. So more picks coming when we hit that share button. Cole K, Eileen Hill, but I don't feel great about it. Eileen Hill. Gregory Barnufsky, Eileen Higgins. Gregory, Eileen Higgins over Sermon. John, I go Parkinson over Njoku. Parkinson over Njoku. Brian C, I go Fields over Purdy. Brian, I go Fields over Purdy. Jacob, I don't even know what that question is. Eddie Wilson? I don't even know who's Eddie Wilson. I don't know what Eddie Wilson, to be fair. I might be off here. Quinron, Butt Fumble, you like Josh Jacobs over rushing yards? Yes, I do. I do like Josh Jacobs rushing yards today. In fact, you actually brought up a pick that I have up on my board. We'll give out a free pick. I know we're waiting on the likes and we're waiting on the shares and we're waiting on the confetti, but I can't not give this pick out. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. That's the next pick up on the board. Again, if you don't want to wait around for my picks every day, DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every single day for free. Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you're DMing me on Instagram to get all of those picks. Ken Arquette, I'd start Pickens and JSN. Ken Arquette, Pickens and JSN. Gavin, I'm leaning slightly towards James Conner for the touchdown, but I really don't like any of them this week. Jake, I'd go Akers. Jake, I'd go Cam Akers. Mason Dunstan, I like Keenan Allen this week, Mason. I do like Keenan Allen, especially if you have a PPR league. Justin, I'd go Javonte Williams. Justin, Javonte Williams over Zach Moss. DJ, I'd go Xavier Worthy. DJ, Xavier Worthy. Alex Steffen, I'd go Sermon and I'd go Hunt. Sermon and Hunt. I really don't like Moss this week. Carolina N, I'd go Flacco. Carolina N, I'd go Flacco. Gio, man, Chase or Reed. I like them both. Wow. Gio, I'm kind of leaning towards Jaden Reed a little bit, believe it or not, but I'd try to start both. It's a really tough one. I don't love sitting Jamar Chase this week. I think he could have a very good game. Dom, Sermon over Cook. Sermon over Cook. Again, when we get to 120 shares, we're going to give out another pick. At 120 shares, we'll give out another pick. CT, Hurts on a bye week. Go Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, CT. Brian Jordan, it's a good day to have Vikings defense. I am shocked. I'm shocked that Aaron Rodgers just threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Didn't expect that, given how the Vikings pass defense has been statistically. Did not see that coming. Liz, I have Stevenson, but should I play Gibson instead? Yes. Gibson's RB1 now. Liz, Stevenson's been demoted. Gibson's RB1. Aiden Thompson, I'd go Sermon, and if Brian Robinson Jr. plays, it's Brian Robinson Jr. just barely. Larkus, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Larkus, Brian Thomas Jr. is the play for me. Adar, start 3. I'd go Higgins, Ayuk, and Brian Thomas Jr. Adar, Higgins, Ayuk, and Brian Thomas Jr. We are 14 shares away from another pick, everybody. 14 shares away from another pick. Or when we hit 20,000 likes, we'll give out a pick. So you can hit the like button, you can hit the share button. Either way, both are going to lead to a pick in a few minutes. Stephen Olmo, I'd go Swift. I'd go Swift and Olave. Steven, I'd go Swift and Olave is the 2. Anton, I'd go Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams. Nico Simon 13, pick 2 in the flex. I lean towards Cooper and Ford. Nico. Cooper and Ford would be the 2. Ben, I'd go Pickens and McLaurin. Pickens and McLaurin. Will Nuns, Justin Jefferson is already playing. Yep, he's already in there, guys. If you're going to ask about a Jets player or a Vikings player, it is too late. That game's already in action. In fact, we're already 1 quarter into that game. By the way, sloppy game so far. We've seen 2 interceptions, 1 pick 6. We've seen a fumble. We've seen a punt that almost turned into a fumble. Crazy game already in England. Diego, no, I'm not trading Breece Hall. I know he's going through a rough stretch, but I'm not. Kohlberg, I'd go Fields. Juice Maine, I'd go Fields. By the way, Sam Darnold is back on the field, everybody, and he just got sacked. The Jets defense gets another sack, everyone. Nick Law, I'd go, it's a question about trade. Yes, I'd rather have Jacobs. Nick, I'd rather have Jacobs than anyone in this deal, so yes, I would do it. Vince, I'd go Sermon over Hunt. Smiley, I'd go Jaden Reed and CeeDee Lamb. B-A-U-T, I'd go Flowers over Chuba Hubbard. Emerson, I'm probably leaning towards Leggett. Deep throw by Sam Darnold. Oh, incomplete. There is a flag on the field, and it looks like it's against the defense. Wow. Jets defense with a terrible penalty. Wow. Illegal contact. The Jets are losing this game, everybody. The Jets are literally losing this game. They're throwing this game away right now. This is awful play by the Jets. I am stunned right now by what I'm seeing. By the way, that's a bad call. Justin Jefferson totally tripped on his own. That's a bad call, actually. Asher, I'd go Amari Cooper. The Rob God, I'd go Downs. Kareem, I'd go Cam Akers. Aiden Thompson, I'll be back later this week. Aiden Thompson, I returned from Rome on Wednesday. I will be back in the United States on Wednesday. So for all those subscribers who have been waiting on subscriber-only shows, we will get back to our subscriber-only shows next week, everyone. Subscriber-only shows start again next week. Mason, I'd go DK and Allen. Keenan Allen. Appreciate you guys being with us. We've hit 20,000 likes, which means we got to put up another pickup on the board, everybody. I'm going to give out a baseball play. Here's a baseball play for you. We've got 2 MLB games today. Don't forget, 2 MLB playoff games. I'm taking Phillies on the money line, everybody. Phillies on the money line today. Christopher Sanchez at home has been outstanding this year. I think Christian Sanchez and the Phillies bounce back after that ugly loss in Game 1. I've got Phillies on the money line. Really like it. By the way, really don't like Luis Severino in this one, so I think it's a very favorable game. Phillies money line, everybody. Phillies money line, next pick. We won't give out too many baseball picks, but a few throughout the course of the show. Getting back to your fantasy football questions. DM me on Instagram if you want all of our picks for free. We give them away every single day. Butt Fumble Sports. Ian, here you go, buddy. Here are all of our picks. Thanks for watching the show. Next pick that we're giving out is going to come when we hit live goal confetti or a TikTok subscriber. So you want more picks? Throw some confetti in the air. We've got a lot more to go. Liam, I'd go Sermon and Tracy. Liam, Sermon and Tracy. Zach, I traded Godwin, Deontay Johnson for Jamar Chase. I have Evans and Marvin Harrison Jr. I actually don't have a problem with the trade. They gave up a little bit of value in the 2-for-1, but I think Jamar Chase is going to have a really good back half of the year. Funky Town, I'd go Wicks and Cooper. Funky Town, Wicks and Cooper. Bubba Mac, I'd go Pittman and Higgins. Bubba Mac, Pittman, and Higgins would be the two. Smiley Face, I'm going Sermon barely over Whittington. Very, very close. Vikings going for it on a 4th and 2, everyone, and they don't get it. Jets turn them over, so despite the interception, the second interception by Rodgers, no points for the Vikings. Vikings turn it over. I'm kind of surprised they didn't punt. It is 10-0 Vikings, but the Jets get good field position to start their next drive. BTT student, I'll go Gibson. BTT student, I'll go Gibson. Booty Balla, great to see you. I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. and DK. Brian Thomas Jr. and DK. BTT student, I don't have that pick. BTT student, that's not a pick that goes up on my big board. Sorry, buddy. TJ Johnson, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. if he's a go. If he plays, I'd go with him. Joseph McCoy, I'd go Ferguson and Fields. Ferguson and Fields. Fields and Love is very tight to me. I have that same challenge in one of my leagues. I'm leaning towards Fields because I like the rushing yard opportunity. Aryan, I'd go Wicks over Wandale. Wicks over Wandale. Big boy Cope, I'd go T. Higgins. T. Higgins, big boy. I'm watching like the weirdest commercial featuring Stephen A. Smith right now. Like, I don't know what the commercial is for, but right now it's like the weirdest thing I'm seeing right now. Mr. Plow, I'd go Ferguson. Mr. Plow, I'd go with Ferguson. By the way, I got to go on a quick rant for a second. You know who's jumped the shark for me? Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, I don't think you guys remember. There was one time he was on TV, then he got canceled, then he resurrected his career with First Take with Skip Bayless, and now he's obviously taken off. I'm kind of over Stephen A. Smith. I am kind of jumping the shark on him. There's a lot of Stephen A. Smith in ways that I don't need him in my life right now. The ESPN move away from news, away from information, away from insiders, and more towards opinion doesn't match the ESPN I know and love. And if you got to give me one person in sports media who I've liked, but I feel like has kind of jumped the shark that I'm kind of over, Stephen A. Smith, I can't take any more of you, dude. You're everywhere. You're not giving me what I want anymore. Like, I'm kind of over it. I'm just kind of over it. CMC just became a 1-month subscriber. We got to give another pick to celebrate that. CMC, thank you so much. Let's give away another free pick, everybody. Next free pick is a game pick. Guys, not only am I taking Jaguars on the money line today, I'm taking the Jaguars to cover. The Jaguars have an unbelievable track record against the Colts. It has been almost a decade since the Colts went into Jacksonville and pulled off a win. They've really struggled not only winning, but against the spread. I'm taking Jaguars on the money line. I'm taking Jaguars -2.5. The injuries on the Colts side is contributing to this. I think there are going to be a lot of points, but I'm going to take the Jaguars to get their first win of the 2024 season. That's where I come down on this one. We will give away another pick, obviously, when we get that live goal confetti. Of course, you can DM me on Instagram, Stephen Posey, what's good? Here you go, buddy. Let's recap what's on the big board, actually. Let's recap what's on the big board. We have Dolphins -1.5. Dolphins -1.5. We have Matthew Stafford over 220 passing yards. Matthew Stafford over 220 passing yards. We have Bengals +5.5. Bengals +5.5. We have Browns +6.5. Browns +6.5. We have Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 passing touchdowns. We have Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. We have Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception. Patrick Mahomes over half an interception. We have Bills +3.5. Bills +3.5. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. We have Jaguars on the money line. Jaguars on the money line, as well as Jaguars minus 2.5. Jaguars minus 2.5. And finally, a baseball pick for today's playoff action. We have Phillies on the money line. Phillies to take game 2. Aaron Rodgers airing it out. First down to Conklin. Conklin getting involved. Okay, everyone. Back to your fantasy questions. We'll give out more picks in a little bit. Let's get to work on your Q&A questions. Dylan, I'd go ETN over Wicks. Very close, but I'd go ETN over Wicks. Splooby, I have Cole Kmet as a 12. McBride's questionable at 3. I'd go Cole Kmet and I'd play it safe. Booty Balla, I'd go Jaden Daniels. Booty Balla, great to have you with us. Mr. Plow, I'd go Ferguson. Mr. Plow, I'd go Ferguson. Fotana, I'd go Waddle. Fotana, I'd go Waddle. Little Dr. County, I'd go Kincaid. Little Dr. County, I'd go Kincaid. Wutambo, I'd go, man, I don't like either one. Wutambo, I guess I'd go Stevenson, but I don't like either one. B-Cal, drop Dobbins for Swift. Yes, B-Cal, yes I would. B-Cal, I would do that move. User 2552, I go Waddle. User 2552, I go Waddle. Make sure you're tapping that like button. When we hit 120 shares, we'll give away another pick. 120 shares, we give away another pick. Emrod 11, I go Wicks, just barely over Pickens. Very close, Emrod, but I'll go just barely Wicks over Pickens. It's tight, though. Dylan, I'd go ETN. Dylan, I'd go ETN. Coop, I'd go Wicks over Acham. Coop, Wicks over Acham. Kyle Benton, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Kyle Benton, Brian Thomas Jr. NFL guy, great to see NFL guy. I'd go Fields over Love, barely. It's the rushing points that I'm looking for. I like Fields to get those rushing points, maybe an anytime touchdown. That would be the difference for me. Funky Town, I don't have a good vibe on it. I'd lean maybe just slightly towards Gesicki. Though I don't feel great about it. Braylon Allen is stopped on a 3rd and 2. Man, the Jets suck. The Jets suck, dude. Micmac 27, I'd go Parkinson. Micmac 27, I'd go Parkinson. Trade Connor in London for Barkley? I think so, because I think Connor's value comes down towards the back end of the year, but it's a tough call. I'm not crazy about it, but I probably lean yes. Jets are going for it, everybody. The Jets are going for it. It is 10-0 Minnesota. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half, and the Jets have a 4th and 2, and they are lining up for it. Jets have really struggled offensively today. They go for it, and they are stopped, everyone. You saw that coming a mile away. Jets are stopped. Jets don't get anything out of the drive. I don't understand anymore. I don't understand why head coaches don't take points. I don't get it. The going for it on 4th down is just a disease around the NFL. Like, why the hell are you going for it? Get points. You haven't scored any points so far in this game. Just get some momentum. Just get a little bit of momentum. I am so frustrated with head coaches now going for it on 4th down. Like, the 6 points is guaranteed once they go for it. 1, it's not. 2, opposing defenses are actually doing a good job of turning away offenses on 4th down. And finally, take the freaking points. Set up your defense. Build back a little bit of momentum. Like, Robert Saleh, this is why Robert Saleh is going to get fired at the end of the year. This is why. 1, he's not a very good head coach. He might be a good defensive coordinator. He's not a very good head coach. But 2, he gets bullied into decisions. Robert Saleh, in that moment, got bullied into that decision because Aaron Rodgers wanted to go for it. There's no way the Jets should have gone for it. Vikings are playing good on defense. Just get some points. Go from 10-0 to 10-3. Put your defense in a position to stop Darnold and get the ball back with a chance to tie it before halftime. I am so tired of NFL head coaches automatically going for it because analytics. You know what's a better thing than analytics? Getting points up on the damn scoreboard. We're seeing kickers now hit field goals at 50, 55, even 60 yards at high percentages. So you're telling me going from 4th and 2 to 1st and 10 is better than getting 3 points on the board? I just think it's ludicrous. I think it's so dumb. Forgive me for the rant, but I am so over NFL head coaches Always going for it. There may be a moment, there may be 1, 2, maybe 3 moments in a game where it's worth going for it. When you are down 10-0 in the first half and you haven't done anything offensively and you have the chance to put points up on the board, you take the freaking points. Robert Saleh is not deserving of this head coaching spot. He will be fired at the end of the year. As of right now, Robert Saleh will not be head coach of the Jets next year in my estimation. Anyways, forgive me for the rant. We've got to give out a bunch of picks. We just got a lot of live goal confetti, so we've got to give out a bunch of picks to say thank you for that. So while I cool down a little bit and get that blood pressure back down to normal levels, let me throw out a few NFL player prop bets, everybody. Here are a few more player prop bets. You guys ready? I got Bo Nix. Bo Nix, over half a passing touchdown. Might have surprised you on that one, but over half a passing touchdown for Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix finds a passing touchdown today against the Raiders. You know who I don't think throws one? Gardner Minshew, not taking the touchdowns. Gardner Minshew over half an interception. Gardner Minshew over half an interception is another pick I have up on the board. Let's keep going with the quarterback plays. Andy Dalton over half an interception. So we put 3 picks up on the board. Bo Nix over half a passing touchdown. Gardner Minshew, over half an interception, and Andy Dalton, over half an interception. So those 3 players are the next 3 up on the board. We're not done yet, though. Let's give out an NFL game pick, everybody. Next game pick I'm putting up on the board, speaking of the Andy Dalton Carolina Panthers, I got Bears on the money line. I know Andy Dalton as an underdog has done well, at least he did against the Raiders, but I think the Bears go into Carolina, at home against Carolina and get the win. Bears on the money line, everybody. Bears on the money line is the next pick we're putting up on the board. Again, if you want every pick I make every day, DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports, ButtFumbleSports, DM me on Instagram, everybody. ButtFumbleSports, DM me on Instagram as Justin Jefferson with another catch. Man, the fight... By the way, this is why the Jets needed the points. Because if they go down 17-0, this game gets out of hand very quickly. A 10-3 game, you've at least kept it close. You've kept the momentum from getting away from you. I hate that decision by Robert Saleh. Wow. Robert Saleh is a bad coach, everybody. He's a bad head coach. He might be a good defensive coordinator. He's a bad... And there you go. Tyler Chandler into the red zone. Jets are going to go down by 17 points right now. This is just a bad football game. The Jets are a bad team. They're a bad... Wow. A flag, I think, is going to bring it back, but wow. Ejax, I'd go Hill over Hunt. Ejax, Hill over Hunt. Jack, Gardner Minshew over 7.5 touchdowns? No, I don't think so. Devin Pratt, I'd go Kirk. Devin Pratt, I'd go Kirk. Derek Johnson, I go Brian Thomas Jr. Derek Johnson, Brian Thomas Jr. Jacoby, if Brian Robinson's a healthy play, I'll go Robinson Jr., but I'm very nervous about it. By the way, Jacoby, don't spam the chat, bro. Don't spam the chat. Jack, my goat will never throw an interception. We'll see. By the way, Jacoby, wow, you really spammed. I gotta mute you, dude. I gotta mute you. Yeah, that's way too much spamming. If you spam, I'm gonna mute you. Gav, Wicks. Gav, I'd go Wicks. Ben, I'd go Hill. Ben, I'll go Hill just barely. Sarah, I'd go Harris and Etienne. Sarah, I'd go Harris and Etienne. Is Strange a good tight end play today? Because of some teams on a bye week, I think he's a better play than I would have thought in most average weeks. Kareem, I'd go Akers over Sermon. Akers over Sermon. Miss Indy, I'd go Wicks and Brian Thomas Jr. Wicks and Brian Thomas Jr. would be the 2 for me. Aiden Thompson, what were we doing? Only down 10 is crazy. Aiden Thompson, I couldn't agree more. M. Rizzo, lots of injuries, lots of buys. I'd go Tracy, and I lean towards Jennings. Tracy and Jennings, I think. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Cooper. Caden, thanks so much for the Galaxy. Oh my goodness. We got to give out a pick for a Galaxy, of course, right? Like, that's a no-brainer. We got to be doing that. Let's get our next pick up on the board, everybody. Next pick up on the board. I'm going to go back to the MLB. Sorry to do it to you, but I'm going to give out 3 MLB player prop bets right now to say thank you for the Galaxy. 3 MLB player prop bets, okay? We are taking Jose Iglesias. That's right. Oh my God is right. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. We're taking Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And our third MLB player prop bet, we're taking Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBI. So, to recap the 4 baseball picks we have on the board, we have 4 baseball picks on the board. Phillies on the money line. Phillies on the money line. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And we also have Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Those are the picks on the board, everybody. Let's get back to your fantasy football questions. Caden, appreciate you being back with us this week. Oh, another pass interference on the Jets. Man, the Jets are squandering this game. Oh, that's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. In fact, I think Justin Jefferson actually engaged more than the defender. That's a terrible call. So, and I'm not rooting for the Jets, but I'm calling it like I see it. Keyshawn, should I start Sermon over Moss? Yes, Sermon over Moss. John 3:16, I'm leaning slightly towards DJ Moore and Downs. John, I'd go DJ Moore and Downs. Barbs, can you pin this? What? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Brady, I'd go Wicks and Cooper. Brady, I'd go Wicks and Cooper. Brady 9, Wicks and Amari Cooper. Gabriel, I'd go Christian Kirk. Gabriel, I'd go Christian Kirk. It's Gavin, I'd go Justin Fields. It's Gavin, I'd go Justin Fields. Charles, I'd go Freiermuth barely. Freiermuth barely, I'm worried about McBride's health. R, I'd go Fields over Dak. R, Fields over Dak. Shady Esco, how do you feel about Daniel Jones today? I think he's not a good play. Seahawks defense is really talented. Daniel Jones, he doesn't have Malik Neighbors. He doesn't have Devin Singletary. I'm just not high enough on him. He might get some rushing yards for you, but not high enough on him. Jay Slow, I'm leaning Worthy, I think. Jay Slow, I might lean Worthy on that. What do I do with Breece Hall? I don't know if there is anything you can do with Breece Hall right now. He's much like Bijan. It's just kind of a mystery. Another flag on the Jets, everybody. The Jets are giving away this game. They should have gone for the field goal. They didn't. They're giving away this game. Nick, Njoku or Freiermuth? I go Freiermuth. Nick, I go Freiermuth. Mike D, I go Javonte Williams. Mike D, I go Javonte Williams. Harry, I go Downs over JSN. Harry, Downs over JSM. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you're loving the show. 69 Kevo, I'd go Downs and Sermon. 69 Kevo, Downs and Sermon. Aiden, I'd go Chris Olave. Aiden, I'd go Chris Olave. Bench for the second, for 2.5 PPR. Oh! How did Sauce Gardner drop that pick? Oh my God. Wow. Sauce Gardner had the interception and dropped it. The Jets suck, dude. Jets suck. I'm saying it now. Cody Scott, I'd go Josh Downs. Cody Scott, I'd go Josh Downs. Whittington C10, I'd go Downs and Debo. Whittington C10, Downs and Debo would be the 2. Pat, I'd go Cam Akers. Pat, I'd go Cam Akers. Fotana, Dak's got a tough matchup tonight. He might get the passing yards you need, but I'm very concerned about Dak overall. Don't know if it's going to be a good game against a really good Steelers defense that, again, coming off a bad game against the Colts, I think the Steelers are going to be highly motivated to have their best defensive game of the year. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Jacobs and Akers. Jacobs and Akers would be the 2. Appreciate the question. Hope you guys are doing well. Cody Scott, I'd go Downs. Gav. I guess I'll answer it. Wicks has the better matchup. But, like, that's, yeah. I love when people want reasoning, and it's like, because it's a better matchup, or I think they're going to get more points, but, like, yeah. B. Rogers, 2-2. B. Rogers, 2-2. Daniel, I'd go Fields. Daniel, I'd go Fields. It's Gavin, I'd go Fields. It's Gavin, I'd go Justin Fields. Hayden, can I join the panel? We're not doing callers right now, buddy. User 25, I'm leaning slightly towards McLaughlin. Kyler or Fields, I'd go Fields. Another flag on the Jets. Another flag on the Jets. I have not seen a drive like this in, I can't even remember. There have been more flags on the Jets in this drive It's play after play after play. The Jets are just, wow. They're jetsing all over the field. Jacob, I'd go Fields over Purdy. Fields over Purdy. Formerly known as, I'd go Whittington. Formerly known as, I'd go Whittington. User 94, I'd go Josh Jacobs. User 94, I'd go Josh Jacobs. Where's the flag? Oh my God. I don't like the calls that are being made, to be fair. I think these are really tight calls. Keyshawn, I have Cooper starting. I would stick with Cooper. I'd stick with Cooper, Keyshawn. MG, I'd go Christian Kirk. MG, I'd go Christian Kirk. Vikings just score a touchdown, everybody. Vikings just score a touchdown as Ham gets in the end zone. That is one of the most embarrassing drives I've seen all NFL season. The Jets don't kick the field goal. Vikings get the ball, and then the Jets just penalty after penalty after penalty. And by the way, had the chance for an interception. Sauce Gardner dropped it. The Jets are pathetically bad right now. That is one of the worst drives. The going forward on fourth down, the defensive plays, the flags, the dropped interception by Sauce Gardner. That drive was one of the worst drives of the year by any team on the defensive side of the ball. The Jets should be embarrassed right now. That was god-awful. Fotana, I'll go Leggett over Odunze, I think. Leggett over Odunze barely. Andrew, what do I do with Breece Hall? I don't know, man. I don't know. He should be getting the ball more. He should be getting more opportunities. I don't want to trade him now. You're trading him at his lowest value, so I don't know. I really don't. Dunny, I'd go Ferguson over Bowers. Coop, I'd go Purdy over Kyler. MCFC, dumb question, I know. I'm in a bad position. I'd go Odunze. I guess I'd go Odunze. Keyshawn, I'd go Akers. Wow. Ethan, I'd go Wicks over Downs. Mari, I'd go Williams over Chuba Hubbard. Brenna Ford, I'm leaning slightly towards Ferguson. Appreciate you guys being with us. Teach, I'd go Hill. I'll go Hill just barely. Charles, I'll start Dowdle. I don't really have a great opinion on it. Appreciate you guys being with us. When we get more live goal confetti, more picks go up on the board. We're going to give away more picks as the show goes along. So make sure you guys are throwing that confetti up in the air. And of course, DM me on Instagram if you want all of our picks all day. Sergeant the Squirrel, I think towards Myers from a PPR standpoint, but I don't feel great about the matchup, to be fair. Ferris, big trade. Hall, Smith, Rasheed, and Pacheco for Marvin Harrison Jr., London, and Allen. Yeah, I actually would do it right now. Yes, I would, because I think Marvin Harrison Jr., London, and Allen have the value. Miss Indy, I'd go Kyron Williams and Mason. Kyron Williams and Mason would be the two. Marco, I'd go Downs over Jennings. Matt Walsh, I'd go Higgins. I'm going Higgins. If you're watching over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, make sure you throw your questions in the chat. Jen J. Cruz, I'm leaning slightly. Is that Tank Dell or Tank Bigsby? That's a big difference for me. Is that Tank Dell or Tank Bigsby, Jen J? Bench 2.5 PPR. I'd bench Robinson and I'd bench Dell. BCal19, you said I should drop Dobbins for Swift? Yes. Oh, I wouldn't drop Ford. I'd rather drop Dobbins. BCal, I'd rather drop Dobbins. Derek Johnson, I'm leaning towards Freiermuth. I'm just concerned about Njoku's health. I'm leaning Freiermuth. Max Mitchell, I go Sermon. Man, I am so frustrated by what I've seen from the Jets so far. Just pathetically bad. If I've answered your question, hit the like button, everybody. If you love the content, if you love the conversation, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're following us. We have been live now for about an hour and 45 minutes. We're going up until kickoff. We have another 2 hours. You heard that right. We have another 2 hours of answering fantasy questions, giving out picks, so we've got a long way to go. Oliver, I'd go Kraft. Nico, I'm going 2-2. Ben, I'd go Akers. Cam Akers. Miss Cindy, I appreciate the love. Just Blaze, I'd go Amari Cooper. Just Blaze, I'd go Amari Cooper. Cold God, I'd go Seahawks defense. Cold God, I'd go Seahawks defense. Andy, 802, I'd go... Andy 802, I'm leaning slightly towards Flacco, believe it or not. Andy 802, I'm leaning Flacco. Pat, I'd go Whittington over Wandale. Pat, Whittington over Wandale. May Ireland always be free. Ben, I'd go Cam Akers. Ben, I'd go Cam Akers. Max Mitchell, I'm leaning Sermon. Max Mitchell, I'm leaning Sermon. Jets are back on offense with under 4 minutes to go. And like I predicted, instead of being down 10-3, now they're down 17-0. Just a pathetic game so far by the Jets. What a shit game. Brock Scott, I'd go Pittman. Brock Scott, I lean Pittman barely. Gerard, I'd go Sermon. Gerard, I'd go Sermon. Andrew, I thought you got two of the best running backs in the league. I am shocked by how things are going. I have to admit, I never at the start of the year thought we'd be questioning Bijan and Breece Hall. I thought that would not be the issue you'd be having. Daniel, I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. Daniel, I'm leaning towards Brian Thomas Jr. just barely. Angel, I'd go Pickens. Angel or Angel, I'd go Pickens. Addison, I'd go Akers. Addison Grimm, I'd go Akers. Pat, you know, may Ireland always be free. Brock Scott, I'd go Pittman. Brock Scott, I'd go Pittman. Ruben, I'd go Cam Akers. Ruben, Cam Akers. Kyle Morgan, I'd go Jordan Mason. Kyle Morgan, I'd go Jordan Mason. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. If you love the content, if you love the conversation, if you love talking sports each and every day, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're with us every time that we're live, everybody. Great to have you as a member of this amazing community of sports fans. Rhea, I'd go Keenan Allen. Rhea, I'd go Keenan Allen. Braylon or Tyrone Tracy. Braylon Allen's playing. Braylon Allen's already playing. If you have a question about a Jets or a Vikings player, I'm going to start ignoring it because those teams are playing. So if you have a question about a Jets or Vikings player, I'm going to ignore it because, frankly, you should know that team's already playing. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Cooper. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Amari Cooper. And in your second question, I'd go Kamara, Jacobs, and Akers. Anonymous Gaming, I'd go Kamara, Jacobs, and Akers. Those would be the three for me. By the way, Aaron Rodgers just got dumped. Aaron Rodgers just got absolutely crushed by Harrison Smith. The Vikings are crushing the Jets. I mean, this is one of the most embarrassing first halves of football I have seen from any team this year. This is so bad. This is why you should have taken the field goal. Robert Saleh is going to get fired. I'm telling you right now, Robert Saleh is not going to be the head coach of the Jets in 2025. He is going to get fired. There is no way the Jets should be this bad. This is pathetically bad. After the loss to the Broncos at home, there is no way the Jets should get shut out in the first half of this game. Robert Saleh, I'm calling for his job right now. The dude is doing an awful job as the head coach of the Jets. What are they doing? I don't understand this. I don't get it anymore. Ryan Gregson, I'd go Hunter Henry. Ryan Gregson, Hunter Henry. Caden, I'm leaning Lockett. Caden, I'm leaning Lockett. Astro Action, I'd go Jerome Ford. Astro Action, Jerome Ford. Kareem, I go Wicks. Kareem, I go Wicks over Hill, believe it or not. User 9068, I go Javonte and Tracy. Javonte and Tracy are the two. Dylan, I'd go Jaden Daniels over Dak. Jaden Daniels over Dak. Deep XKJ, no I don't. I think with Sauce Gardner on Justin Jefferson, I just think it's really tough for him to get a touchdown. Jets are so pathetic though, who knows? Lanny 3, I'm leaning... Lanny 3, I'd go Tyreek Hill. Lanny 3, I lean Tyreek Hill just barely. Juan, I'd go Swift and Leggett. Juan, Swift and Leggett. Angel, I'd go Cam Akers. Angel, Angel, I'd go Cam Akers. Brian, I'd go Kirk. Brian, I'd go Kirk. Flash, JMC, I'd go... Flash JMC, I'm leading Jaden Daniels barely. I lean Jaden Daniels barely because Mahomes limited weapons in the passing game, and I like Jaden Daniels running the ball. Bennett, Chaser Brown, I lean Brown, I think, just because I think the speed's more of a weapon, but I don't like either one of them. 69 Kevo, you can start both of them today, 69 Kevo. Abed, I'd start Purdy over Stroud. Abed, Purdy over Stroud. SSJ Salas, I'd go Etienne over Sermon. Etienne over Sermon. If you love the content, if you love the conversation, hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. Make sure you're a member of this amazing community of sports fans. We're live almost every single day, so make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss a show. User 498, Ridley is on a bye week. Ridley's not playing this week, so let's do our research, everybody. Let's be prepared. Dodgers, I'd go Fields. Dodgers, I'd go Fields. Brandon, I'd go Worthy and Ford. Brandon, Worthy and Ford. Jay Angela, I'd go Shaheed over Leggett. Shaheed over Leggett. Dylan, I'd go Cam Akers. Dylan, Cam Akers. User 3981. I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Flowers because the PPR. If it's PPR, I lean slightly towards Flowers. Via, no, I wouldn't do that. I'd play Hill over Tracy Jr. Hill over Tracy Jr. Jake, I'm leaning Olave over Najee. Close, but Olave over Najee. Appreciate the questions, answering all of them right up until kickoff. Jordan, I'd go Wicks. If Brian Robinson Jr. is healthy enough to go, I lean in that direction. We're going to get injury report news in about 40 minutes. Injury reports for 1 o'clock games come out in about 40 minutes from now, so we'll see the status of Brian Robinson Jr. then. CJ, Gibson, Ramondre Stevenson's been demoted to RB2. Antonio Gibson's now RB1 in that offense. Lanny 3, I'd go Tyreek Hill. Henry, I'd go Wicks over Robinson. Wicks over Robinson. Ben, I'm leaning slightly towards DJ Moore. Ben, I lean DJ Moore. Brad Kissling, I'm going Najee, K9, and if Brian Robinson Jr. plays, that's where I'd go. Best thing about the Jets all day is that punt, but unfortunately, gets up to the 22. So right now it's 17-0 Minnesota. The Jets had the chance to make this a 10-3 game, but instead of kicking the field goal, they go for it on fourth, get nowhere close to getting it. Vikings defense has been kicking their ass all day. Meanwhile, then the Jets allow not just like 1 or 2 defensive penalties. I think they had 5 defensive penalties on that drive. They dropped an interception in the end zone. The Jets are shitting their pants in London right now. If you're not a Jets fan, maybe it's a beautiful sight, but if you are a Jets fan, turn your eyes, avert your eyes. Curtis, I'd go Wicks and McLaurin. Curtis, Wicks and McLaurin would be the 2. It's Miller time. Who are the 2 I'd keep? I'd keep Kupp and Taylor. It sounds like the Rams expect Kupp to come back for week 7, so not too far away from getting him back. Boy, do the Jets need to stop here to maybe get the ball back and get some points on the board. B, I'd go Kirk over Amari. B, Kirk over Amari. Liam, I'd go Harris over Achan. Harris over Achan. Giovanni, am I worried about Breece Hall? Incredibly so. Not just because he's not being utilized in the correct way, but look at what the Jets offense has become. They only scored 9 points against the Denver Broncos last week. They have 0 points in the first half against the Vikings this week. The Jets have a bad offensive coordinator. Their quarterback is not on the same page as his receivers. Their head coach has his head so far up his ass that he's officially lost all his hair. That's why he's bald. The Jets are an absolute mess right now. Webman24, I still think I lean Mahomes over Watson. I don't feel great about it. Watson probably is a better play, barely. I just don't trust him enough. I'll go Mahomes over Watson. Patrick, I go Downs over Worthy. It's close, but Downs over Worthy. User 4984, I'm leaning Madison, I think. I lean Madison just barely. Incomplete pass. Lollapalooza, I'm going Wicks over Cooper. Wicks over Cooper barely. Bobby, why do you think Etienne over Hubbard? Because he's got a better matchup, Bobby. Hugh Mang, pick 2. I'd go Ayuk and Higgins. Ayuk and Higgins. Kristen Klein, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. if he's healthy enough to go. Brian Robinson Jr. if he's healthy enough to play. We're going to find that out in about 40 minutes when injury reports come out. If you're watching over on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, I guess there's no Instagram today, but all those other platforms, get your questions in the chat. Bryce Wade, I'd go D Swift. Bryce Wade, I'd go Swift. Ethan, I'm going Cam Akers. Ethan, I'm leaning Cam Akers. Oh, flag. PZ, how do you feel about DJ Moore this week? Not a great matchup, but good enough where I probably would start him. Ryan, I'd go Kirk over Downs. Kirk over Downs. Jonathan, I'd go Wicks. Jonathan, I'd go Wicks. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you're hitting that follow button. If I've answered your question, make sure you're a follower. Make sure you're following. And again, we still got a lot of picks to give out, everybody. We haven't given out a pick in a long time. Every time we get a TikTok subscriber or the live goal confetti, we give out a pick. So make sure you're throwing that confetti in the air or you're becoming a TikTok subscriber. Jackson, I'd go Keenan Allen. Jackson, I'd go Keenan Allen. Liam, I'd go Kirk and Harris. Liam, Kirk and Harris. Liam, don't spam the chat. We have to block you if you spam. Don't spam the chat. Nick, I'd go Etienne. Nick, I'd go Etienne. User 5988, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. User 5988, Brian Thomas Jr. Carlos Dos Santos, I'd go Fields. Carlos Dos Santos, I'd go Fields. Pat, I'd go Sermon over Stevenson. Pat, Sermon over Stevenson. Ethan, is likely droppable? Yes. Lindsey Jean, I'd go Wicks. Lindsey Jean, I think I lean Wicks. Both are good plays, though. I think Wicks might have the slightly better game. Johnny, I think I'll go Downs. I think I go Downs barely. Marshall, I go Brian Thomas Jr. Marshall, Brian Thomas Jr., though I think both have a good game. Isabel, I'd go Purdy. Isabel, I lean Purdy maybe barely. It's very close, though. Carlos Dos Santos, I'd go Fields. Oh, we have breaking news in hockey. Who expected some hockey news, everybody? The Boston Bruins have finally ended the drama and signed their goaltender. Their goaltender, Swayman, has now been signed as the Jets get their best play of the day. A good kick return that puts them in good field goal position, if nothing else. Jets have a chance to get some points on the board before the end of the half. A-Millie23, I'd go Kyler. A-Millie23, I'd go Kyler. TN, I don't like any of these options, TN. I'll go Downs and I lean Leggett. I'll go Downs and Leggett. Tucker, I'd go Wicks. Tucker Elridge, I'd go Wicks. Nathan Swanson, I'd go Wicks. Nathan Swanson, I'd go Wicks. Ethan, I would trade Debo for A.J. Brown. Ethan, I like that trade. Watching over on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, throw your question in the comment section. More than happy to help you guys out. J.R. Gaff, I'm leaning Waddle. J.R. Gaff, I'm leaning Waddle barely. Do I feel great about it? No, but that's where I'm at right now. Finally, we see Breece Hall. Finally, see a little bit of that. Matt Spencer, I'm leaning Eckler. Matt Spencer, I'm leaning Eckler. Want more picks? Throw some confetti in the air. We got a lot of picks to give out, everyone. Tanner, I'd go Fields. Tanner, I'd go Fields. Bear, I'd go Wicks. Bear, I'd go Wicks. Tucker Ferris, I'd go Allen. I'm leaning Allen barely. If Brian Robinson Jr. doesn't play, though, I think I prefer Eckler. But as of right now, I'm leaning Keenan Allen. Wow, nice throw and catch to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson gets out of bounds. IP Shade 45's like, hey, I want some picks. I'm here. I want some picks. Let's get some picks on the board for IP Shade 45. Next one that we're going to put up on the board, everybody, is going to be an anytime touchdown play. Jaden Reed, anytime touchdown. Anytime touchdown for Jaden Reed. I feel very strongly about this Packers offense today, even with some injuries and a suspended player. Jaden Reed's going to have a very big game. I like the anytime touchdown. More confetti means more picks. You guys know how we do. Or become a TikTok subscriber. Kalen Wilson, I'd go Gibson. Kalen Wilson, I'd go Gibson. Oh my God, almost another disaster for the Jets. IP Shade 45 wants more picks. We got to give out more picks, everybody. You want another anytime touchdown? Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. Derrick Henry's going to have a monster game, everybody. Bengals are not a good run defense. Expect Derrick Henry to run all over them today. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown, is up on the big board for me. Dev, I'd go Pittman and Brian Thomas Jr. Dev, Pittman and Brian Thomas Jr. Bob Cart, I'd go Pittman. Bob Cart, I'd go Pittman. Oh my God. Rodgers is not on the same page as his receivers, and it's both of their faults at this point. Gavin, I'd go Gavin. I like them both. I'm leaning Wicks just barely, but it's super close. I don't know if I like sitting Ayuk over Wicks. It's tight. It's tight. I might flip-flop on this one. For the moment, I'm leaning Wicks. Nathaniel, same thing. I'm leaning Wicks, maybe barely over Ayuk. But do I feel good about that? No. The only reason I'm doing it is there's so many mouths to feed in that 49ers offense where Wicks might be just getting more targets. IP Shade 45 is getting the party going. Another confetti throw. We got to get another pickup on the board, everybody. Aaron Rodgers scrambling. Aaron Rodgers, touchdown, Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard with the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with his best play of the day. What a move. He steps up in the pocket, throws a snipe to the end zone, and the New York Jets are on the board. Just like that, the Jets have a pulse. 17-6. What a play by Rodgers. The pass rush pinched in, steps up, throws a dart to the back of the end zone, and Alan Lazard goes up and gets it. What a touchdown for number 10. What a throw by Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets right back in this game. It is now 17-7 as we are 36 seconds away from halftime. We got to give out some more picks, everybody. We got touchdowns happening in real time. Let's give out another anytime touchdown play. Another anytime touchdown play. Jordan Mason. Anytime touchdown. Jordan Mason, anytime touchdown. In the last few minutes, we've given out 3 anytime touchdown plays. Jaden Reed, Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason, 3 anytime touchdown plays. Those are all up on the big board, everybody. Back to your fantasy question. 69 Kevo, I'd go Sermon. 69 Kevo, I'd go Sermon. TX, I'm leaning slightly towards Eckler if Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't play. 5, I like Jaden Reed going for 200 passing yards, but what I would really do is go over passing and receiving yards. Andrew, am I a Jets fan? I am not a Jets fan. I am not a Jets fan. Casey, McClure, but I do have Jets plus 4.5, so I'm a little bit of a Jets fan. Not a Jets fan in life, but a Jets fan with my betting ticket. Casey, I'd go McLaurin over Johnson. Casey, McLaurin over Johnson. John Arnold, I'd go Swift. John Arnold, I'd go Swift. If I've answered your question, hit that like button, say thank you. Stanky Nut, start 2. I would start Wicks and Pickens, I think. Wicks and Pickens, very close though. I love all 3. Leata J, I'd go Olave. Leata J, I'd go Olave. Bobby, I'd go Swift over Chuba. Swift over Chuba. Kyle, glad I switched and started Wicks over Wilson. I still think Wilson could have a good second half, especially since the Jets are down, but I am disappointed in what I've seen so far. Royce Tooth, start Pittman or BTJ. I like them both, to be honest. I think I'd lean slightly towards Pittman, but very, very close. JC, I go to Etienne over Najee. I'm kind of surprised the Vikings are going to do something here. If I were the Vikings, I'd run out this clock and I'd go into halftime with the 17-7 lead. Let's see if they throw this ball down the field. Yeah, they are. They're taking a chance on it. Sam Darnold running for his frickin' life right now and throws it away. I don't like this decision by the Vikings. If I'm the Vikings, take the 10-point lead, go into halftime, feel good about yourself. Aiden Catney, I'd go Fields. Aiden Catney, I'd go Fields barely because of the rushing yards opportunity. Aw King, I'm leaning Love over Burrow barely. Close, but I lean Love over Burrow. Anthony, pick 2. I'd go Downs, and I'm leaning slightly towards... I'd go Downs and Sutton. I'm going Downs and Sutton. I actually think that's the better play. Ryan Smith, I'd go Eckler. Ryan Smith, I'd go Eckler. Henry, I'd go Gibson over Moss. Henry, Gibson over Moss. Zach Darnold is sacked. Zach Darnold goes down. Wow. I don't know why the Vikings thought they were going to do anything on this drive. You guys are watching me in real time. Just question these head coaches. Dev, I'd go Wicks over Ayuk. Dev, Wicks over Ayuk. Very close, though. Thad, I'm going Tucker over Coleman. Tucker over Coleman. I don't feel great about it, to be fair. Trump's cheeks, I'd go Downs. Trump's cheeks, I'd go Downs. K. Kyle Prez, I'd go Kirk. K. Kyle Prez, I'd go Kirk. Low, I'd go Higgins over Myers. Higgins over Myers. Andrew, I'd go Diggs and Flowers. Diggs and Flowers. Christopher, I'd go Atwell. Christopher, I'd go Atwell. Nick, I'd go Olave. Nick, I'd go Olave. By the way, guys, we're not taking any calls today. So if you are up on the line as a caller, sorry about it, but we're not taking any calls today. Just not where our focus is at. Log, I'm starting Tyler Goodson over Roshan Johnson and Trey Tucker over Higgins. I don't like either one of those, Log. I don't like either one of those. Kyle, I'd go BTJ. Kyle, I'd go BTJ. Bobby, I'd go Swift. Bobby, I'd go Swift. Christopher, I'd go Atwell. Hafner-Lewis, I'd go Wicks. Hafner-Lewis, I'd go Wicks. Brian Jordan, throw some confetti in the air. Brian Jordan, if you're a subscriber, we give out a pick. If you throw confetti in the air, we give out a pick. But you just saying, give me an anytime touchdown? No. David, I'd go Wicks. David, I'd go Wicks. Kyle, BTJ. Kyle, BTJ. Yamal, I'd go Eckler. Yamal, I lean Eckler for the moment. Taylor, I'd go Najee Harris. Taylor, I'd go Najee Harris. D. Turner. Breece Hall going to pick it up in the second half. I don't love it. And I think if he does, it'll actually be in the passing game. The reason I'm concerned is because the Jets are down 2 scores. They're going to need to throw the ball, and the Vikings are a better run defense than they are a pass defense. But to be fair, I warned you guys, I thought that the passing game of the Jets would have a better day than the running offense. I did not think Breece Hall would have a good game. Ninja, I'd go Etienne. Etienne, if you need 2, I'd go Akers, but it's Etienne 1, Akers 2. Manziel, Walker and Kirk for Bijan. I don't have a problem with the trade. I just think Bijan's value is very low. That might make him a good time to buy. I don't actually hate the trade long term, but there is reason to not love it right now. I probably would do it though, because I'm not as high on Walker and Kirk as I was maybe beginning of the year. Liam, what's up with Breece Hall? The Jets are idiots. The Jets offensive coordinator is a dumbass. Let's be honest. The Jets offensive coordinator showed last year he was bad. They didn't fire him because he's Aaron Rodgers' guy. But the Jets have a bad offense. The Jets have a bad coaching staff. The Jets have a really bad coaching staff. The mistakes you see them make are largely because of play calling and how they prepare this team. So I think the Jets have a good team on paper, but I think 45 to 65% of their problems are probably because of their head coaching. Middle Melt Mav. I would start Wicks over T barely. It is super, super close, but I'm going to start Wicks over T Higgins. Very, very close, though. Very tight. Fleet C, I'd go Akers over Hunt. Cam Akers over Hunt. User 4076, if Njoku's healthy, I'd start Njoku. X up Bill, I'd go Kirk. X up Bill, I'd go Kirk. You don't think my YouTube chat is working? It should be. Throw a question in on YouTube. If someone's over on YouTube, throw the question in the chat. Let us know to make sure that it's working, because if it's not, we'll stop down and we'll get it back up and running. Liam, I'd go Wicks. Liam, I'd go Wicks. Taylor, I'd go Najee. Taylor, I'd go Najee Harris. Appreciate the question. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah. Andre, I'd go Sermon. Andre, I'd go Sermon. Core Lord, I'd go Akers. Core Lord, I'd go Akers. Matthew A44, I'd go Najee. Matthew A44, I'd go Najee. Corey, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Corey, Brian Thomas Jr. just barely over Pickens. Dev, I'd go Wicks and I'd go Achan. Dev, Wicks and Achan would be the 2. Lil Skillet, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. Lil Skillet, Marvin Harrison Jr. Logan Staples, I'm leaning towards Cooper, Olave, and Metcalf. Cooper, Olave, and Metcalf are the 3 for me. Kobe Fisher, I go Roshan Johnson. Kobe Fisher, Roshan Johnson. All King, I'd go Cooper. All King, I'd go Cooper. D. Turner, 96, just threw some confetti in the air. We got to get some picks up on the board. D. Turner, more confetti. We're going to give out 3 picks right now to say thank you for D. Turner. 3 picks coming your way, okay? Let's do another anytime touchdown. Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne, anytime touchdown. Travis Etienne, anytime touchdown. You want another one? Michael Pittman, anytime touchdown. Michael Pittman, anytime touchdown. Love that one as well. Another pick, Brian Thomas Jr. over 49.5 receiving yards. Brian Thomas Jr. over 49.5 receiving yards. You want another one? Brian Thomas Jr. over 4.5 receptions. Brian Thomas Jr. over 4.5 receptions. We're being bold on that one. Love those picks. We just gave out 4 more picks. We'll give out more when we get more live gold confetti. Ryan, I'd go Downs. Ryan, I'd go Downs just barely. Justin, I'd go Pickens. Justin, I'd go Pickens. Kyle, I like an ETN anytime touchdown, Kyle. Kyle Lodge, I like that one. Deborah Henry. Man, I like them both. I like Ayuk and Higgins both. I wish you could start both, Deborah. I'm leaning slightly towards Ayuk. He's the wide receiver 1 compared to the wide receiver 2. I lean Ayuk barely, but boy, is that close, Deborah. The problem is I think Higgins could get a touchdown. It's tight. I'm going to go Ayuk. I lean Ayuk just barely, Deborah. Chase, I go Wicks over Ayuk. Chase, I'm going Wicks over Ayuk. Sean Mata, I go Burrow over Geno. Burrow over Geno Smith. Scotty D, need to. Breece Hall's already playing. Scotty D, gotta wake up, buddy. Keegan Gaspard, I'd go Ferguson. Keegan Gaspard, I'd go Ferguson. Dev, I go Josh Jacobs. Dev, I go Josh Jacobs. Jay, I'd go Wicks. Jay, I'd go Wicks. By the way, everyone, we've been live for 2 hours and 10 minutes. We still have about an hour and 40 minutes left of the show. So I know we're about 2:10 in. We still got a long way to go. For everyone that's been watching the show, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us. I hope you guys are subscribing. I hope you're following. I hope you're a member of this amazing community of sports fan. We are live almost every day, answering your fantasy questions, giving out picks. So make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. User 4984, I'd go Higgins and Madison. Higgins and Madison. Gabe 735, I'd go Akers. Cam 7335, I'd go Akers. When we get to 120 shares, we're going to give away another pick. 120 shares, we're going to give another pick. Ant 203, I'd go Olave. Ant 203, I'd go Olave. C, I'd go Christian Kirk. C, I'd go Christian Kirk. Lavi Blelcher, start 1 RB, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. I'd go Downs. I'd go Allen. I'd go Eckler. Downs, Allen, and Eckler. Downs, Allen, and Eckler would be the 3 for me. 11 more shares, we give out a pick. D. Turner, rest of season, I don't know. This week, yes, I love this week. But that said, I'm not a big believer in automatically starting someone. Matchups make a big difference for me. Enrique, I'd go DJ Moore. Enrique, I'd go DJ Moore. Still waiting on the injury report that'll come out in about 20 minutes, everybody. We are 10 shares away from giving away another pick. Alex, I'd go JSN over Hunt. JSN over Hunt. Fragrance Dude, I'd go Gibson. Fragrance Dude, I'd go Gibson. Nathan Crap, I'd go Scary Terry. Nathan Crap, Scary Terry. Jeffrey, I'd go Sermon. Jeffrey, I'd go Sermon. Bacon 1365, I'd go Ertz. Bacon 1365, I'd go Ertz. Payne Collins, I'd go Olave. Payne Collins, I'd go Olave. Justin Lane, I'd go Akers. Justin Lane, I'd go Akers. Daniel Sanchez, I'd lean Pickens and Ingram. If Ingram's a full go, Pickens and Ingram would be the 2 for me. Big Lumber, I'd go Flacco. Big Lumber, I'd go Flacco. Keeping those questions going. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. If you are, hit the follow button. Miguel, I'd go Kraft. Miguel, I'd go Kraft. Again, 10 shares away from another free pick. Dylan Harley, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. over Downs. Bobby, do I accept a trade for Wilson and Walker and I receive Chase and ETN? Yes. Yes, I would do that deal. Alexander, I'd start Ayuk. Alexander 21, I'd start Ayuk. J.R. Charles, I'd start Fields. J.R. Charles, I'd start Fields. Jacob, I'd go... Wilson's playing right now, buddy. Jacob, Garrett Wilson's already playing. He's played a half of football already. EG123, EG123, I'd go Swift. Is Trey McBride playing? We're waiting on the injury report in about 15 minutes, but early indications are that he actually is. Tyler, I'd go Amari Cooper. Tyler, I'd go Amari Cooper. Mel 626, I'd go ETN. Mel 626, I'd go ETN. Mel Early, I'm leaning Broncos defense. Mel Early, I'm leaning Broncos defense. Clayton Decker, I'd go Akers. Clayton Decker, I'd go Akers. Lucas Rathwell, I'd go ETN. Lucas Rathwell, I'd go ETN. I think you guys are right, by the way. We're going to stop down and come from whatever platform you're watching on. I'm reading on YouTube, but if you are watching on Twitch, Kick, X, whatever you're watching on, more than happy to take your questions. Throw your questions in the comment section, no matter the platform. Bacon, I'd go Higgins. Bacon, I'll lean Higgins. Marco, I'd go Cam Akers. Marco, I'd go Cam Akers. C-Dub, I'd go Pittman. C-Dub, I'd go Pittman. Lewis, I'd go Fields. Lewis, I'd go Fields. Throw your questions in the comment section, everybody. No matter where you're watching, make sure you're throwing them in. Oh, there is an error. There's an error on YouTube, so we're not getting our questions in on YouTube. What's up with that? Why is there the error? I don't know. If you're watching on Twitch, you're getting it. There's something wrong with YouTube right now. What's up with that? I mean, it's showing us live. I'm just not seeing questions. If you're writing questions, I'm not seeing them right now. I'm seeing them in the top chat. That's one way I can do it. So, Lucas Rathwell, I'd go ETN. Luke Heff, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Luke Heff, Brian Thomas Jr. IP Shade 45 wants more picks up on the board. You know we got to give the man what he wants. So the next pick going up on our board comes up right now. Let's get back to work with our picks, everybody. Next pick that we're giving out, everyone's going to be a game pick. Another NFL game pick. I am taking the Cardinals to cover. Cardinals plus 10.5. Cardinals plus 10.5. I've got the Arizona Cardinals plus 10.5. I moved that line. I feel like they covered the double-digit score. I also have another one for you because you may not like the last one. Packers, Rams, I'm taking over 44.5. Packers, Rams, over 44.5. Thanks, IP Shade 45. So appreciate the support. Let's get another pick on the board to say thank you to IP Shade 45. Lamar Jackson's going to be our next one. Lamar Jackson over 49.5 rushing yards. I think Lamar Jackson gets to 50 rushing yards today. So Lamar Jackson over 49.5 rushing yards is the next one we're putting up there. If you do have a question, throw it in the comment section. Tilly, I'd go Tucker Kraft. Tilly, I'd go Tucker Kraft. Trump's cheeks, I'd go Flacco. Trump's cheeks, I'd go Flacco. Man, are we getting some errors? It might be because of the stream that I'm on as of right now. I am sorry about that. I'm doing the best I can. Between Sermons and Downs, I'm leaning towards Downs. I'm leaning Downs over Sermon just barely. Kobe Lee, I'd go Robinson. Kobe Lee, I'd go Robinson. If you guys want all of my picks for free every day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports. Yes, I really did start a company called Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram, everybody. We give away all of our picks for free. DM me on Instagram if you want to get every single one of them. J-Rod, I'd go Higgins. J-Rod, I'd go Higgins. What do you think about Juwan Jennings today? Not crazy about him. Too many mouths to feed in that 49ers offense. Justin Rose, I'm leaning Flowers. I'm worried about Brian Robinson Jr.'s health. We'll get the injury report in about 13 minutes to see if it's a better play. Monique, I'm leaning Madison. Chase Brown is a terrible matchup, Monique. I think he could have a better game than Zach Moss, but I'm not high on Chase Brown. Alina, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Alina, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. J-Rod, don't spam the chat, bud. It's Higgins, though. It's Higgins. Jay Richardson, I'd go Kirk. Kirk barely over Swift. Kirk barely over Swift. Very close, though. McHale, pick 3. I'd go Amari Cooper, Brian Thomas Jr., and Hill. Amari Cooper, Brian Thomas Jr., and Tyreek Hill would be the 3. Appreciate you being with us. Kareem, I'd go Flacco. Kareem, I'd go Flacco. Trustaga, I'd go Sermon. Trust AGA, I'd go Sermon. Bobby, I'd go BTJ and more. BTJ and more. Omar, I'd go Trevor Lawrence, believe it or not. Trevor Lawrence. Miguel, man, tough. I think I lean Jordan Love barely. Jordan Love barely, but I don't feel great about it. Ricardo, I'd go Ford. Ricardo, I'd go Jerome Ford. Gianni, I'd go Leggett. Gianni, I lean Leggett barely. Jace, I'd go Ayuk. Jace, I'd go Ayuk. Luke, I'd go Sermon. Luke, I'm leaning Sermon for the moment. Kareem, I'd go Flacco. Kareem, I'd go Flacco. Thanks for the questions. Throw them in the comment section. If you are on YouTube, you can throw your questions there. I'm doing the best I can to see it. Frankie Trey, I'd go Ford and Javonte. Frankie Trey, Ford and Javonte. Daniel Sanchez, Eileen Pickens. Daniel Sanchez, Eileen Pickens. Shaggy the Bear, I'd go Ford and Javonte. Shaggy the Bear, Ford and Javonte. So don't worry, no matter the platform you're watching on, we'll find a way to get to all of your questions because I want to make sure all of you guys are ready for this NFL Sunday and all the action that we've got going. Appreciate you guys being members of this great community, and if you're not, hit that follow button. Giovanni, I love Jets plus 10. I'm with you. I think the Jets make this a tighter game. Jets were the ones keeping themselves from doing well, but the Vikings didn't put that dagger in them early. I like Jets plus 10.5. I think that's a good in-game bet. It's just me. I'd go Terry McLaurin. It's just me. I'd go Terry McLaurin. Kevin, I'd go Kirk, and I'd go Myers. Kirk and Myers. Darkest Blonde, I'd go James Conner. Darkest Blonde, I'd go James Conner just barely. Sure, 742, I'd go Flowers. Sure, 742, Eileen Flowers barely. Jawan, I'd go Connor barely. Jawan, I'd go Connor barely. Or Juan, I should say. Sam Darnold running around. Can he make something happen? No, he's got to throw it away. Jets get an early punt. Jets plus 10 is a good in-game bet, everybody. Jets plus 10, very good in-game bet, so definitely be aware of it. Under the radar, is it time to slap the panic button on Breece Hall? Yes, I am very concerned about him. Jacob, I'd go Love over Burrow. Jacob, Love over Burrow. Daniel Sanchez, I'd go Ingram. Daniel Sanchez, I'd go Ingram. Frankie Trey, again, that's Ford and Javonte. Ford and Javonte. Appreciate the questions you guys are throwing in the chat. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. We're here to help you guys out as best we can. John, pick 2. John, I'd go Sermon and Eileen Cooks. Sermon and Cooks, but I don't love it. Zane, I'd go BTJ, Reed, and Cooper. BTJ, Reed, and Cooper, Zane. Drew, I like Amari Cooper and Zay Flowers. Drew, Amari Cooper and Zay Flowers. If Ingram isn't active, I'd go Freiermuth. If Ingram isn't active, I'd go Freiermuth. Walker or Wicks. Jacob, I'd go Wicks. Jacobs, I'd go Wicks. Drew, I'd go Amari Cooper and Zay Flowers, buddy. Appreciate the question. If you've got a question, throw it in the comments section. Jesse, I'm leaning Etienne barely. Jesse, I lean Etienne just barely. Keith, I'd go Sutton. Keith, I'd go Sutton. Patrick Bolick, I'd go Shaheed and Hunt. Patrick Bolick, I'd go Shaheed and Hunt. Ramondre's been demoted. Daniel, I'm leaning Higgins barely. Daniel, I lean Higgins barely. Hayden, I'm leaning Worthy barely over Tutu, but it's close. Worthy barely over Tutu. Alina, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Alina, Brian Thomas Jr. James Ramiro, I'd go Kraft. James Ramiro, I'd go Kraft. Jacob Wilson, I'd go Trey Tucker. Jacob Wilson, I'd go Trey Tucker. Appreciate you, Daniel Sanchez. Appreciate you guys watching. For those watching on YouTube, I'm sorry that right now we're not getting the questions up on the screen, but I am seeing them. So if you're watching on YouTube, write your questions in the chat. Doesn't matter the platform. We're going to get all your questions answered as best we can. Again, we'll give out more picks throughout the show. Just throw some confetti in the air or become a TikTok subscriber. And a reminder for all you folks, I've been in Rome for the past 2 weeks. I return to the States on Wednesday. Once I'm back, we will do subscriber-only shows almost every night. So we do a show at 4:30 during the weekday for everybody. We do a show at 10 p.m. at night only for subscribers. So if you want to ask a ton of questions every single week, become a TikTok subscriber, join us in our subscriber-only shows, and you get all the attention you could ever need. B-Cal, I'd go Etienne and Reed. B-Cal, I love all three. I think all three actually get touchdowns today. I'll actually put that one up on the board. I think DK Metcalf gets an anytime touchdown. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. But bizarrely, I actually think Etienne and Reed are better plays. Hayden, Worthy over Hunt, over Tutu. If I'm starting Hunt, yes. Frankly, I'd rather start Worthy and Tutu over Hunt. I don't like Hunt this week. Gavin Wheeler, I'd go Javonte and Sermon. Gavin Wheeler, Javonte and Sermon. Matt, I'd go down. Matt, I'd go Ayuk. Matt, I'd go Ayuk. Hayden, Worthy over DY Agency, I'd go Sermon. DY Agency, I'd go Sermon. Dom, I'd go Flacco. Dom, I'd go Flacco. Adam, I'd go Ayuk. Adam, I lean Ayuk just barely. Christian Diaz, I'd go Daniels. Christian Diaz, I'd go Daniels. Rick Lupo, I lean Hunt, I guess. Rick Lupo, I lean Hunt over Madison. It's close, though. T.Y., I'd go Wicks over Flowers. T.Y., Wicks over Flowers. Nathan, I'd go Deontay Johnson. Nathan Van, I'd go Deontay Johnson. 69 Kevo, drop Andrews 4 downs. Yes. By the way, Aaron Jones is out of the game. Aaron Jones, hip injury, out of this game in London. Linus, I'd go Pittman Wow, you got 3 great starts this week. I'd go Pittman, Wicks, and Olave. Pittman, Wicks, and Olave. You know what? No. I think... Yeah, I'll go Pittman, Wicks, and Olave, Linus. It's tough. I like all 4, though, this week. John X, I'd go Downs. John X, I'd go Downs. James Ramiro. I'm leaning towards the Pittsburgh defense. James Ramiro, I'm leaning the Pittsburgh defense. Jeff Herman, I'd go Waddle. Jeff Herman, I'd go Waddle. Gavin Wheeler, I'd go Sermon and Javante. DY Agency, I'd go Ayuk. DY Agency, I'd go Ayuk. Linus, I lean Love barely. Don't love it, but I lean Love barely. Matt, I go Sermon and Robinson. Sermon and Robinson. Man, the Jets offense sucks. Jets are so bad, everybody. Jets are so bad. Omar, I go Pittman, and I lean BTJ, but it's close. Pittman and BTJ, though it's very close. User 1991, I'd rather have the Mason Cup forward side. I'd rather have the Mason Cup and forward side. Ghost 555. If I'm sitting one, I think I'm sitting Tyreek Hill, believe it or not. I think I'm sitting Tyreek Hill. Troller 44,000, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Troller 44,000, Brian Thomas Jr. Chan, I'd go Ayuk. Chan, I'd go Ayuk just barely. Very, very close, though. If I'm sitting one, I think I'm sitting Tyreek Hill, believe it or not. I think I'm sitting Tyreek Hill. Jets have to punt. What a pathetic drive. Aiden, I go Josh Downs. Aiden, I go Josh Downs. Rigo, I go DJ Moore and Waddle. Rigo, DJ Moore and Waddle. St. Nick Designs, I go Cooper. St. Nick Designs, I go Pittman. St. Nick Designs, I go Pittman. Jake the Snake, I go Cam Akers. Jake the Snake, I go Cam Akers. Eric, I would lean towards Downs. Eric, I'd lean towards Downs. Vincent, I'll go Wicks. Vincent, I'll go Wicks. Aiden, I'd go Downs. Aiden, don't spam the chat, buddy. Don't spam the chat. We'd have to mute you. Jose M, I'd go Eckler. Jose M, I'm leaning Eckler. No, bad punt. D Goods, I'd go... D Goods, I'm leaning Daniels just barely. He's just been too hot for me to sit. The 714 market, I'd go Ford. The 714 market, I'd go Ford. Over on YouTube, the question's coming in. Zane, I'd go Reed, BTJ, and Amari Cooper. Escatit, King, I need confirmation. I traded Andrews, Jameson Williams for Kelsey. I love it. Escatit, I love it. Escatit, I love it. We're getting our questions over on YouTube, so don't feel like you're not getting answered. We have them here. Well, I'm seeing them. We can get them answered. Stop. Brooks, I'd go Olave and Reed. Brooks Borgman, I'd go Olave and Reed. Jorge, I would go Ford, Akers, and Judy. Ford, Akers, and Judy, Jorge. Jake, I'd go Waddle. Jake, I'd go Waddle. Jake Farrell, I'd go Waddle. Jake Threadgill, I'd go Wicks. Jake Threadgill, I'd go Wicks. Colin, I'd go Worthy. Colin Morgan, I'd go Worthy. Jake Threadgill, I'd go Wicks. Jake Threadgill, I'd go Wicks. 69 Kevo, I'd go Hunter Henry. 69 Kevo, Hunter Henry. Guys, Singletary is out. Devin Singletary is not playing. If you have Devin Singletary, get him on your bench. Jared, I knew I should have benched Jefferson for Kirk. I mean, Justin Jefferson isn't having like the worst game ever. He's still getting some catches. Colton, I'd go Akers. Colton, I'd go Akers. Matthew Demers, should I trade Achan for Pickens and Robinson Jr.? Yes. I would do it. Adam, would I trade Garrett Wilson? I think he's got value rest of season, but I understand if the frustration level's reached its peak. Trey Wimp, you're about to lose your subscriber privileges. Jake Farrell, Wicks, Swift, or Downs. I like all 3. I'd go Swift, though. I don't want to double up on the Packers offense. I'd go Swift. Theodore Donald. Lazard's playing right now, buddy. You're late. He already scored a touchdown. I would have said Lazard, but you missed out. Logan, trade Breece Hall. I wouldn't, but it's looking bad. I understand if you're frustrated. Colton, I'd go Akers. I'd go Jawan Jennings over at Dunze, I think. It's close, but yeah. St. Nick, I'd go Mason, but it's very, very close. Because I think both get a touchdown. D-Lead, I'd go Etienne. Trey Wimp, I'd go Sermon. Matthew, I'd go Tutu. Matt Koski, I'd go Tutu Atwell. Adam Kotzman, what should I do with Waddle? I actually think he could have a good game today against the bad Patriots secondary. Only Christian Gonzalez is the only member of that secondary that I really don't want to go against if I'm an opposing player. Jordan Addison with a catch. Mike, I'd go Pittman and Kirk. Mike, I'd go Pittman and Kirk. Spencer Minkin, I'd go Hunt. Spencer Minkin, I'd go Hunt. Jay Christian, I'd go Swift. Christiani. Jay Christiani, I'd go Swift. Jay Christiani, I'd go Swift. We have been live for 2 hours and 30 minutes. We have about an hour and 15 minutes left of the show, everyone. Hour, 15 minutes left of the show, so make sure you're getting your questions in. Trump Cheeks, I'd go Flacco. Trump Cheeks, I would go with Flacco. Wow, Jordan Addison wide open. I don't know what the Jets defense was doing there. Downs or Hill? I'm leaning Downs, believe it or not. Eugene, I'd go Ayuk. Eugene, I'd go Ayuk. Collins Kitchen, I'd go Ford. Collins Kitchen, I'd go Ford. Adam, I'd go Waddle. Adam, I'd go Waddle. Uh-oh. Sauce Gardner is down. Sauce Gardner is down and needing attention. Matthew, would I panic about Breece Hall? I'm starting to, because the Jets offense, especially their offensive coordinator, is moronic. If you love the comments, hit the like button. Make sure you're hitting that follow button as well. No matter the platform, make sure you're a subscriber. Subscribe to Butt Fumble Sports. We will do subscriber-only shows again starting this week, now that I'll be back stateside. Linus, I'd go Love. Linus, I'd go Love. Oh, Friendly Fire. Wow. The Jets are so bad. So many of the mistakes today, so much of what's happened is about the Jets hurting themselves. It's not about the Vikings actually outplaying the Jets. It has a lot more to do with the Jets. Like, they're running into their own players, bad communication, flags, turnovers. The Jets are pathetically bad. Wow, under the radar. Nathaniel Hackett needs to go. He should have never kept his job. He should have been fired last year. If he was an Aaron Rodgers buddy, he would have been gone. Daniel Sanchez, I would drop Stevenson for Sermon. Yes, drop Stevenson for Sermon. Richard, I'd go Amari Cooper. Richard, I'd go Amari Cooper. Deacon, I'd go Amari Cooper. Deacon, I'd go Amari Cooper. K. Sosa, I'm leaning towards Love barely. Very tight. Very close, but I lean Love barely. Lewis, I'd go... Lewis, I really want to say Shaheed, but he's been failing the last 2 weeks. If it's a PPR league, I'd go Flowers. If it's non-PPR, I'd go Shaheed. Funny Clips, I'd go Fields. Funny Clips, I'd go Fields. Alex V, I'd lean Wicks. Alex V, I lean Wicks. Connell, I'd go Kirk. Connell, I lean towards Kirk just barely. No matter the platform you're watching on, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Twitter, X, throw your question in the comments section. Here to help you guys out in every way we can. So get those questions in, everybody. Tom Algier, I'd go Tutu. Tom Algier, I'd go Tutu. Troller, I'd go BTJ Pickens JSN. BTJ Pickens JSN. Kason, I'd go Wicks. Kason, I'd go Wicks. Jordan Gidry, I'd go... It's close. Jordan, I like them both. I like them both. Oh, man. That's close. I think I lean Higgins. It's a coin flip. I can go either way. Greg Dolan, go Swift. Greg Dolan, go Swift. D. Willis, go Sermon. D. Willis, go Sermon. Down goes Darnold. Another sack for the New York Jets. New York Jets, and it's Quentin Williams getting the sack. Oh, no, it's not. Who was that? 96? I don't know who that is. I think it's Taylor. Taylor got the sack. Riggo, I'd go Sermon. Riggo, I'd go Sermon. Andrea Shaw, I'd go Fields. Andrea Shaw, I'd go Fields. Parker, I'm leaning slightly towards Komet. Very tight, though. Cooper, I'd go Kraft. Cooper, I'd go Kraft. Cody Johnson, I'd go Pickens. Cody Johnson, I'd go Pickens. Whittington, I'd go Wicks. Whittington, I'd go Wicks. Jets trying to get a very big stop here. Out in the flat, can they tackle? The answer is yes. Vikings are going to have to punt. Tucker, I'd go Pittman and Kirk. Tucker, I'd go Pittman and Kirk. Though it's tough for me to sit Swift. I like Swift, but Pittman and Kirk are going to be the play. Shamit, I'd go Williams. Shamit, I'd go Williams. Pablito, would it be crazy to start Pittman over CeeDee Lamb? No, not crazy. Actually, a decent play. Tristan, I think I go Gibson. Tristan, I lean Gibson barely. Oh, Alex Rodriguez is a new follower. Thanks, Alex Rodriguez. Ruins, I'd go Jaden Reed and DK Metcalf. Jaden Reed and DK Metcalf. Wow, what a play by the Vikings. Vikings special teams with a phenomenal play. Ball was about to go into the end zone, batted back into play. Phenomenal play by the Minnesota Vikings punt coverage team. Zach Bundy, I'd go Jaden Reed. Zach Bundy, I lean Jaden Reed. This is a phenomenal play. Wow. Vikings are going to win this game as of right now. They're doing everything right. Andrew Olson, I'd go Wicks and Kirk. Close, but I'll go Wicks and Kirk. Chadster, I'd go Wicks. Chadster, I'd go Wicks. Lucas Rathwell, I'd go Etienne. Lucas Rathwell, I'd go Etienne. Midwest Juice, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Spencer H, rough running back week. I'd go Justice Hill. I'd go Hill and Johnson. Hill and Johnson would be the two, Spencer H. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. Nathan Van, I'd go Worthy. Nathan Van, I'd go Worthy. Shamit, I'd go Wicks. Shamit, I'd go Wicks. Richard Usher, I'd go Ford and Sermon. Ford and Sermon. Spencer H, we got you, buddy. Brandon Reyes, I'd go Flacco. Brandon Reyes, I'd go Flacco. Romeo, I'd go Sermon and the Bears defense. Romeo, Sermon and the Bears defense. Nathan Van, Worthy. Lane Johnson, I'd go Najee. Lane Johnson, I'd go Najee. Midwest Juice, I'd go Flacco. Midwest Juice, I'd go Flacco. Justin Eubanks, I'd go Daniels, and I'd go Reed, Thomas Jr., and Olave. So Daniels, Reed, Thomas Jr., and Olave would be the three. If you've got a question on YouTube, throw it in the chat. You got a question on TikTok, throw it in the chat. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Insta, all of them, they're all up there. Tristan, I'd go Wicks. Tristan, I'd go Wicks. Gio Noah, I'd go Kirk, barely over Higgins. Very, very close, though. Cod, I'd go Wicks over T. Higgins, but it's, again, very, very tight. Tighten up Jesse, Gino, or Jaden Reed, or Jaden Daniels. I'd go Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. D. Willis, I'd go Sermon. Lucas Rathwell. No, I don't agree with that take, Lucas Rathwell. That's a bad take. That's a bad take. He's saying Patrick Mahomes is not a top 12 quarterback in the league. That's a bad take. Just because he's throwing interceptions, he's still a top 8 quarterback in this league. You can't tell me 7 quarterbacks you'd rather have than Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm not going to accept that. That's a bad take. Kobe Lee, I'd go Worthy. Kobe Lee, I'd go Worthy. We are getting injury report news, everybody. Injury report news now coming through. So, injury reports. Colts, no Anthony Richardson, no Jonathan Taylor, no Kwity Paye, no Kenneth Moore. I'm telling you, Jaguars on the money line. Jaguars on the money line is the play for the day. Jaguars have owned the Colts down in Jacksonville historically over the last decade. I like Jacksonville to get their first win of the season, everybody. Meanwhile, the Jets can't do anything offensively. Wow, what a pathetic team. If you guys want a pick every single day, DM me on Instagram, everybody. Bud Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get all of my picks. DM me on Instagram, everybody, to get every pick I make. Connor, I'd go Worthy. Connor, I'd go Worthy. M. Teo, I'd probably drop Watson, to be honest. I think there are other players I'd rather own. Midwest Juice, I'd go Etienne. Midwest Juice, I'd go Etienne. 49ers fan, I wouldn't do that trade. 49ers fan, I don't think I'd do that trade. Some more injury report news, everybody. Anthony Richardson is out. We're still waiting on actually other injury report news. Adam Schefter, a little bit slow in getting the word out here. Daniel, I'd go Akers. Daniel, I'd go Akers over Sermon. Dalton, I'd go DJ Moore. Dalton, I'd go DJ Moore. Was that a first down for Garrett Wilson? Yes, it was. Yes, it was, or it should be at least. King W, I'd go Wicks. King W, I'd go Wicks. FW, I'd go Kirk. FW, I'd go Kirk. For those watching on YouTube, Zane, I'd go Fields over Flacco barely. It's the rushing yards I like. Fields over Flacco, though it's very, very close. Where's the flag on that one? Wow. Chris Films. So if McBride is active, would you go with him over Kraft? I don't think so. I actually think I'd go Kraft. James, I'd go Wicks. James Saz, I'd go Wicks. Oh my God, Garrett Wilson slipped. That's what happened. Jesus. The Jets suck. Temulima, pick 2. I'd go Reed and Pickens. Temulima, Reed and Pickens would be the 2. Kobe Lee, I'd go Worthy. Kobe Lee, I'd go Worthy. Midwest Juice, Eileen Achan Barely. Midwest Juice, Achan Barely. 49ers fan, still waiting on the Njoku news. I haven't seen it yet. Rodgers, come on. Hit as he threw. Incomplete pass. Man. The Jets are just so bad. Joseph, I'd go Dowdle. I don't trust Stevens. Stevenson's got the better matchup. He's been demoted. I guess I go Stevenson over Dowdle, but I don't like either one of them, to be fair. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're with us every time that we're live. It is awesome being with you guys. Hope you're loving the content and the conversation. Midwest Juice, leaning Madison for the moment, I think. Kobe Lee, I'm leaning Madison over Moss. Madison over Moss. Daniel Sanchez, it is raining, but come on. I don't like making excuses, to be fair. Jets have just been awful offensively. They've just been bad. There's no real excuse. This is just a bad performance all the way around. Talon, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Uh-oh. Aaron Rodgers is hurt. Aaron Rodgers is down on the turf. Aaron Rodgers is down. Oh, no, he's grabbing the back of his leg. He just grabbed the back of his left leg. Everybody, Aaron Rodgers is down, grabbing the back of his left leg. Oh, no. It could be hamstring. It could be the back of his knee. But Aaron Rodgers is down, everybody. Aaron Rodgers is down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, it's his left knee. Oh, it's his left knee. He just got, it got bent back. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh! Aaron Rodgers is down. He's limping off. He's limping off. That's the best we could hope for. But Aaron Rodgers down, just got up, walking off with the trainers. Bad situation for the Jets, if it could get any worse. Just Blake 1, I'd go Downs. Just Blake 1, I'd go Downs. He's back up, Dem Boys. You're right. He's back up. Jack 1. I'd sit Marvin Harrison Jr., believe it or not. I think he's the one to sit. Jack, we got that. Travis, I'd go Josh Downs. Travis Gresham, I'd go Josh Downs. Coy G, I'd go Josh Downs. Coy G, I'd go Josh Downs. Appreciate the questions. If you guys want more picks, throw them in the comments section. How's Sam Darnold doing this week? Not that great. He's kind of having an average game, to be fair. If you guys want more picks, throw some confetti in the air. You want more picks, become a TikTok subscriber, or throw some confetti in the air. Both will get you more picks, everybody. More picks to come. Oh, roughing the kicker on the Vikings. Roughing the kicker on the Vikings, and I think that gives a first down to the Jets. First down, Jets, and Aaron Rodgers is going back out on the field. So, Aaron Rodgers doesn't get time to recover from the injury or whatever. A big penalty on the Vikings. Wow, massive penalty. Annette, I'd go Worthy over JSN. Annette, Worthy over JSN. Gabriel, Worthy over B-Rob. Worthy over B-Rob. MC, I'd go Pittman. MC, I lean towards Pittman for the moment. Appreciate the question. Hope everyone's doing well. By the way, Adam Schefter used to be way better at putting out injury report news. To be fair, he hasn't actually put out that much, and it's been 15 minutes, so I'm sure he's doing a TV hit, and that's why, but come on, man. Let's get some injury report news. Anyone? These are inactives for the week. Buffalo Bills are out without Ed Oliver. Nick Chubb still out. David Njoku is David Njoku officially out? I'm seeing David Njoku is out. So I'm still waiting on word of that. By the way, Breece Hall, finally, welcome to the game, Breece Hall. Finally did something. Just Blake 1, I'd go Downs. Just Blake 1, I'd go Downs. Alan Orta, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Alan Orta, Brian Thomas Jr. would be the play. Spencer, I'm leaning slightly towards Lawrence, believe it or not. Mark Gonzalez, MMA, Olave and Tutu. Olave and Tutu would be the two plays for me. Man, the Jets suck. Lemon, I'd go Wicks. Lemon, I'd go Wicks. Midwest Juice, I'd go Etienne. I'd go Etienne just barely over Brian Thomas Jr., but it's so close. Temya Lima, I'd go Olave. Temya Lima, Eileen Olave. Nanda, I'd go Higgins. Nanda, Higgins over Robinson. Higgins over Robinson. Getting that. FW, I'd go Etienne. FW, I'd go Etienne and Swift. FW Zoen, I'd go Etienne and Swift. Vikings blitz, backfires, Garrett Wilson gets a first down. There we go. I'm curious if anyone knows, what's Garrett Wilson's stats at? Garrett Wilson, 40 yards. I've got him at 45 and a half. I really just need one good catch from Garrett Wilson rest of game, and we cashed that one. Gio Noah, Pittman Jr. Gio Noah, Pittman Jr. Cooper, I'd go Josh Downs. Cooper, I'd go Josh Downs. User 62500, I'd go Kirk. User 62500, I'd go Kirk. 49ers fan, I'm not going to talk week 6 and week 5. We're not getting ahead of ourselves there. Breece Hall with the catch. Gains a few. C-Do, I'd go Connor. I'd go Connor and Achan, but I don't love it. User 62500, I'd go Kirk. Aiden, I'd go Chris Olave. Austin Hunt, I'm leaning James Conner, but I don't like it. John T710, I'd go Josh Downs. John T, I'd go Josh Downs. Undeadlift, I think I'm leaning Zeke. Undeadlift, I lean Zeke. Tyler Knott. Oh, you're seeing Njoku is active. I'm kind of caught off guard because Adam Schefter is not getting injury reports out. Usually he's great at this. I'm not seeing it right now. So I'm still waiting on injury report news. Like, what the hell, Adam Schefter? Like, if you're going to be the guy, be the guy. Like, if you're not, that's kind of annoying, honestly. Brandon, I'd go Gibson. Brandon, Ramondre Stevenson has been demoted. You don't want to play him. Follow the Buzzards. I'd go Keenan Allen. Follow the Buzzards. Keenan Allen. Username, if Brian Robinson Jr. plays, I'd go with him. Yeah, Aaron Jones got hurt in the first half. It was a hip injury. We are going to give away more picks in a little bit, everybody. More picks coming in just a little bit. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you're hitting the like button. And throw some confetti in the air or become a TikTok subscriber to get more picks. If you don't want to wait around, DM me on Instagram to get all of my picks for today. Austin Parker, Brian Thomas Jr. Austin Parker, Brian Thomas Jr. would be the play. Hudson S, I'd go Wicks. Hudson S, I'd go Wicks. Razor Eater, is Breece Hall cooked? I'm not going to say he's cooked. Hudson S, I'd go Wicks. TH, I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr., I think barely, but I got to admit, I don't love it. Braylon Allen out of the backfield, nice catch. And the Jets are on the move, everybody. Jets on the move. John T, I'd go Downs. John T, I'd go Downs. Isaac Eileen Fields just barely. Zehonis, I'd go Olave. Monique, Eileen Ferguson, I think. Eileen Ferguson barely. Jam, I go Keenan Allen, believe it or not. I think I lean Keenan Allen. Hudson S, I'd go Wicks. Ethan Stevens, I'd go Ayuk. Annette, I'd go Kincaid. Giles Lamar, I'd go Ford and JSN. Appreciate you guys being with us. Kobe Lee, I'd go Shaheed. Midwest Juice, I go Gino. Midwest Juice, I also go BTJ. Bounce It Betty, I go Tucker Craft. Prime GTS, I go... Prime GTS, I wouldn't do it. Prime GTS, I'm going to turn down that trade. Jaden, I go Javante. Javi, I go Ayuk. Javi, I go Ayuk. Brian Herrera, I go Madison. Brian Herrera, I go Madison, but I hate both of them. Pedro, I go BTJ. Pedro, I go BTJ. Kimberly, I go Wicks. Kimberly H, I go Wicks. Mike B, I go Fields. Mike B, I go Fields. We gotta get more questions in here. Dunn L, I go Ertz. Dunn L, I go Ertz barely. How's my morning going? We have been live now. We have been live for, let's see, 2 hours and 50 minutes. We've been live for 2 hours and 50 minutes. We have 1 hour left of the show, everybody. 1 hour left of the show. So if you've got fantasy questions, now is the time. Nice catch. Nice catch, Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson has cashed our first player prop bet of the day. Garrett Wilson over 45.5 receiving yards has cashed, everybody. That is cashed. What a great start to the day. We still have Jets plus 4.5. We still have Vikings and Jets under 44.5. And we have Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown. But we have our first winning pick of the day. Garrett Wilson over 45.5 receiving yards. That one is officially in the books. Game not over, so we don't get the money, but I don't think he's going to lose 6 yards on a play. Knock on wood. Ethan Cucko, I'd go Downs. Ethan Cucko, I'd go Downs. Jose Rivera, I'd go Ford and Pickens. Ford and Pickens barely. That's very close, though. Nice catch by Garrett Wilson there. Not a great throw. Jay Barca, I'd go Keenan Allen. Jay Barca, I'd go Keenan Allen. Texas 830, I'd go Wicks. Texas 830, I'd go Wicks. After how bad the Jets played, it's about to be a one-possession game. I'm telling you that Jets plus 10 in-game bet was a very good one. Quinn, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Quinn, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Elio, how you doing? Who should I start? I lean towards Najee Harris barely. Najee Harris just barely. Italian Sausage, I'd go... Italian Sausage, I go Sermon. Italian Sausage, I go Sermon. Midwest Juice, I go Flacco. Midwest Juice, I go Flacco. 49ers fan, I think he gets to 50 receiving yards. Temya Lima, I'll go Sermon and Hill. Sermon and Hill. Temya Lima, Sermon and Hill. Daniel Sanchez, Kyron Williams, and Najee Harris. Kyron Williams and Najee Harris. Kobe Lee, I'd go Shaheed. Kobe Lee, I'd go Shaheed. Appreciate you guys joining us. Hit that follow button. By the way, we still have picks to give out. Throw the live goal confetti. You get pick every time we give out. Every time we get confetti, we give out a free pick. So throw that confetti. Just Blake 1. Don't spam the chat. I'm not going to answer you if you spam the chat. When do you take callers, Jacob? We're not going to take callers today. I want to get to as many questions as we can, so I'm not taking callers today. Week down, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Week down, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. C. Do, I'd go Jennings. C. Do, Eileen Jennings. Just Blake 1, I go Downs. Just Blake 1, Eileen Downs. Big play for the Jets upcoming. Shady Lou, I go Ayuk. Shady Lou, I go Ayuk. Oh! Alan Lazard dropped a touchdown. Alan Lazard dropped a touchdown. Jets are going to go for the kick. Jets are going to go for the field goal. Leanne Smith, I go Ferguson. Leanne Smith, I go Ferguson. Week down, I go Brian Thomas Jr. Oh, he had it. He had it, and he couldn't get it. By the way, why is Adam Schefter not putting up injury report news? Why is the active, inactive, like, what the hell? Like, seriously, dude. Like, what are you doing, Adam Schefter? Like, this is your job. This is the reason we follow you. I don't get it. Okay. All right. That is super frustrating. By the way, yeah, I'm still waiting on injury report news. I haven't gotten it. My normal place to get it isn't giving it out right now. So, Bailey, Higgins for Pollard and a half PPR? No, I don't like it. Jacob, I'd go Pittman. Jacob Napolitano, I'd go Pittman. That guy, I'd go Najee Harris. That guy, Najee Harris. Anthony, I'd go Downs. Anthony, I'd go Downs barely over Waddle. Very, very close, though. Hope you guys are loving the show. Less than 1 hour left of the show, everybody. Less than 1 hour left of the show. Marky, do I drop Andrews, Njoku, Or Michael Pittman for Dallas. Don't drop Michael Pittman Jr. He's going to have a massive game. Wicks, I already told you my thoughts. I have him going over 50 receiving yards. Elio, answered you a moment ago. I'd go Harris. Jacob, I'd go Higgins. Eshawn, I'd go Sermon Barely. Oh, good. You're saying Ian Rappaport's going to be the better person to go to? I'll do that then. If I'm not getting it from Adam Schefter, see ya, Adam Schefter. Okay, Brian Robinson Jr. is playing. David Njoku is playing. Oh, no Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is out. Damian Pierce is out. Evan Ingram is out. No Evan Ingram. He is out. Njoku is playing. Evan Ingram is out. So that is the latest we're getting from Ian Rappaport. Thanks for the news on that, Javi. Appreciate you letting us know. Justin Rhodes, I'd go Acham. Eshawn, Eileen Sermon Barely. Week down, I'd go Kincaid. WK down, I'd go Kincaid. Juan S, I'd go Whittington. Iconic, I go Freiermuth. Eileen Freiermuth. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. 49ers fan, is Njoku playing? According to Ian Rappaport, David Njoku is playing. According to Ian Rappaport, to confirm, David Njoku is playing according to him. What's going on with McBride? Miguel, still waiting on word about Trey McBride. To be honest, I don't quite know myself. Chris, I'd go Kirk and Tyreek Hill. Avi Rush, I'd go Sutton. Eugene, I'd go BTJ and Ayuk. Brian Thomas Jr. and Ayuk. Jano Star, I go Pittman. Jesus J7. Jesus J7. Eileen Njoku, now that we know he's going to be playing. Shane, I'd go Ford. Shane Bigelow, I'd go Ford. Landry Knight, I'd go Ford. Appreciate you guys being with us. Chicken Wing, I'd go Fields. If you've got a question, no matter the platform, throw it in the comment section. Tyler the Creator, I'm going Waddle. I'd go Waddle. Sandsifter, Keenan Allen. Carl, what receiver can I get for Bijan? We don't answer open-ended questions. We don't do it. We don't answer open-ended questions. Diego, Eileen Tyreek Hill barely. Icy Madden plays. I'd go Amari Cooper. Tucker, I'd go Swift and I'd go Swift, Pittman, and Kirk. If it's two, I can't tell if it's two wide receivers or wide receiver two. I'd go Pittman and Kirk. If I can only get two, I'd go Pittman and Kirk barely over Swift. Egzeal, I go Ford. Egzeal, I go Stroud. Irv, I go Ford. Luke Heff, I go Brian Thomas. Javier, I go Madison. 49ers fan, Packers defense over 12 points? I don't know. Marky, I honestly don't know. Marky, I'd go Njoku. Georgie Boy, I go Jaden Daniels barely. Because I like the rushing yards. Miss Poppy, I'll go Tracy Jr. HT Cool, I'd go... Oh my God, another flag on the Jets. How many flags can the Jets possibly have? Oh my God. The Jets are... I don't think the refs have called a good game, but the Jets secondary have allowed so many. Turn your head! I don't like the call, but the Jets have been poorly coached today. They've been poorly prepared. They played a shit game on defense, at least when it comes to flags. The Jets are so bad, everybody. The Jets are so bad. By the way, Sauce Gardner is not playing right now with a leg injury. Sauce Gardner not on the field with a leg injury. Lucas, I go Ferguson. Shane Bigelow, I go Downs. Aces 317, I go Mason and Henry. Darnold, bomb. Nothing. Lucas, I'd go Ferguson. Lucas, Ferguson. Broadster, I'd go Waddle. Broadster, I'd go Waddle. Javi, I'd go Pittman. Javi, I'd go Pittman. Blake Beck, I'd go Brian Thomas Jr. Blake Beck, Brian Thomas Jr. Appreciate the support. Destiny, I'd go Swift. Destiny C588, I'd go Swift and Acham. Swift and Acham. You guys want more picks? We've got a lot more picks that we could give out. Throw some confetti in the air or become a TikTok subscriber. Those are 2 ways to get free picks. So if you don't want, I get it. DM me on Instagram if you want all the picks for free. We give away all of our picks for free every day. So if you want all of them and you don't want to wait for them to come out individually, DM me on Instagram, ButtFumble Sports. DM me on Instagram to get all of them. But if you want them right now, right during the show, throw some confetti in the air or become a TikTok subscriber. Those are 2 ways to get free picks. We've got a lot we could give out. Grandma, I'd go Njoku. Grandma, I got Njoku. By the way, we haven't finished our NFL game picks yet, and we still have a ton of player prop bets we could give out. Ton of them. Raggedy Pancakes, I'd go Etienne and Jacobs. Raggedy Pancakes, Etienne and Jacobs. Slate Soldier, 1629, I'd go Ayuk. Slate Soldier, 1629, I'd go Ayuk. Jackson, I'd go Downs over Dell. Downs over Dell. Angel, I'd go Reed and DJ Moore. Reed and DJ Moore, Angel. TS, I'd go Cam Akers and JSN. Akers and KSN. Akers and JSN, TS. Daniel Sanchez, New York Jets over 7.5 flags. Oh, take the over. Take the over with the way they're playing. Just a god-awful game. James, I'd go Ertz. James, I lean towards Ertz. Ryan Sparrow, if Brian Robinson Jr. plays, that's where I lean. I'm still waiting on injury report news on him. Brian Robinson Jr., he's playing. Ryan, go Brian Robinson Jr., he's playing. Peter Fitzpatrick, I'd rather have Devontae Adams. I like the trade. I'd rather have Devontae Adams. Caleb, I'd go Freiermuth. Caleb, I'd go Freiermuth. DJ Khaled Asparagus, I'd go BTJ. Brian Thomas Jr., Brian Thomas Jr. Drew McGinnis, I'd go Higgins and BTJ. Drew McGinnis, Higgins and BTJ would be the 2 I go with. The one and only Dougie, Buffalo or Houston today. I'm taking Buffalo plus 3.5. Buffalo plus 3.5 is the pick we have up on the board. Roz the God, I'd go Fields. Roz the God, I'd go Fields. Cody Jones, I'd go Downs and Wicks. Cody Jones, I lean Downs and Wicks just barely. JL Sports Fan, I'd go Sermon and Shaheed. Sermon and Shaheed. Smiley Face, I go Diggs and Wicks. Smiley Face, Diggs and Wicks. I wouldn't start Wandale over them. Valentine Brown for Puka and Shaheed. No, I don't think I like it enough. Oh, incomplete pass. It's a 3rd and long for the Vikings. Stores 4. Is this too much for Bowers? Bowers and Godwin for Barkley? I'm okay with it. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it if you need that running back, that RB1. Do we see production from Acham this week? Patriots are a decent run defense. I don't think he has a monster game. I like Akers over Hunt. Ethan, Akers over Hunt. Elio, should I play Madison or Tracy Jr.? I'm leaning slightly towards Tracy Jr., but I'm not crazy about it. I just don't feel good about either one. Natty, I go Freiermuth. Technician, I go Higgins and BTJ. Higgins and BTJ. Luke, I think I lean Scary Terry. Oh, Vikings throw it away. It's another punt coming for the Vikings. Punt coming for the Vikings. So 17-10, Vikings lead, but an opportunity for the Jets to get the ball back. Shane Bigelow, I go Pickens and Kirk. Shane Bigelow, Pickens and Kirk. If you haven't done so already, please hit that follow button. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're following ButtFumble Sports. Make sure you're a member of this amazing community. Hit that follow button. Make sure you're a part of our community. David Flores, I'd go Kraft. David Flores, Kraft. Kobe Lee, I'd go Sermon. Kobe Lee, I'd go Sermon. Los Aviation, Thomas and Wicks. Los Aviation, Thomas and Wicks. Mental Thread, I'd go BTJ. Oh, who do I sit? I'm sitting Pickens, I think, barely. Do I feel good about it? No. I think Pickens and Wicks are a bit of a coin flip. Levy, I'd go Swift. Levy, I'd go Swift. Man, another good punt by the Vikings, pinning the Jets back deep in their own territory. Nick Hadley, I'd go Worthy. Nick Hadley, I'd go Worthy. James, I'd go BTJ and Etienne. James, BTJ and Etienne. Schrank, I'd go Jaden Daniels. Schrank, I'd go Jaden Daniels. Luke, I'm leaning slightly towards Flacco. Luke, I lean towards Flacco barely. David Flores, I'd go Kraft. David Flores, I'd go with Kraft. Eli Porter, I'd go Waddle. Eli Porter, Waddle just barely. Nathan Jenkins, yes, I would. Drop Ramondre or Singletary for Wicks. Yes, I would. Tristan Olsen, I'd go DJ Moore. DJ Moore barely over McLaurin. Boy, is that close. Godfather, I'm going to lean slightly towards Brian Robinson. Godfather, I'll go Sermon. Godfather, I'm going to go Sermon just barely. Bo Allen trying to get the drive started. Bradley Eagle, I'd go Javonte Williams. Bradley Eagle, I'd go Javonte Williams. Steelers Huddle, I'd go Gesicki. Steelers Huddle, I'd go Gesicki barely. Colin B22, I like them both. I'll go Daniels, but it's very, very close. Baby Jesus Santa Maria, I'd go Sermon. Baby Jesus Santa Maria, I'd go Sermon. Anya, I'd go... Anya, I lean Keenan Allen barely. It's non-PPR. Anya, I'll go Whittington because it's non-PPR. Down goes Rodgers. Sack for the Vikings. Scott Wicks, I go Worthy. Scott Wicks, I go Worthy. Schrank Outdoors, I'd go Hill. Schrank Outdoors, I'd go Hill. Los Aviation, I'd go Ford and Hubbard. Ford and Hubbard. Parker Smith, I go Waddle. Parker Smith, I go Waddle. S. Sherrill, I'd go Pittman Jr. S. Sherrill, I'd go Pittman Jr. Corby, I'd go Parkinson. Corby, I'd go Parkinson. S. Sherrill, we got that. Joker, I'd go Wicks over Leggett. Wicks over Leggett. Moody, I'd go Sermon barely. It's close though. Jets had to throw it away. We are getting another punt. Oh, and Rodgers is hobbled. Rodgers is limping. Matthew Coates, I'd go DJ Moore. Matthew Coates, I'd go DJ Moore. Ashton Vera, I'd go Higgins. Ashton Vera, I lean Higgins barely. Technician, I'd go Wicks. Technician, I lean Wicks barely. Merrick, I go Thomas Jr. Merrick, I go Thomas Jr. Kenny, I'll go Tyreek Hill. Kenny, I'll go Tyreek Hill. AJ Adams, I go Worthy. AJ Adams, I'd go Worthy. JJ, I'd go Judy. JJ, I'd go Judy. Temulima, drop Kraft to pick up downs? Yes. To pick up downs, yes. Oh, a terrible punt by the Jets. A terrible punt by the Jets. It is on the Vikings 36. Wow, a terrible punt by the Jets. Boy, do the Jets suck, guys. Jets are so bad. Schrank Outdoors, sit one. I would sit Jacoby Myers. Schrank Outdoors, I'd sit Jacoby Myers. Rohan, I'd go Sutton. Rohan, I'd go Sutton. Parker, I'd go Pickens. Parker, I'd go Pickens barely. How's everybody doing, everybody? We haven't gotten any picks out there in a long time. No confetti, no subscribers. Not getting any picks out there. A little disappointed, I got to admit. Kobe Lee, I'd go Higgins. Kobe Lee, I'd go Higgins. We might wrap up the show early. We might wrap it up early. Need to see some confetti. Need to see some confetti or subscribers, to be honest. Kian, what do I do with Breece Hall? Hold on to him. Roz the God, I lean towards Jennings. Luke Grasso, is Sermon splitting reps? I think he's going to be the RB1 for the most part. Bean, I'd go Tutu Atwell. Bean, I'd go Tutu Atwell. You're talking about the same player, dude. You know what? That's almost doing it for me. I'm almost done here. I feel like I'm almost done. Justin, I'd go Wicks. Justin, I'd go Wicks. Scott Wicks, I'd go Tracy. Scott Wicks, I'd go Tracy. We're starting to hit the bottom of the barrel, everybody. So if you got your questions, get them in now because we're starting to run out of steam. I'm not going to lie. Questions are starting to run out of steam, and we haven't gotten a lot of engagement in the last hour. Starting to run out of steam a little bit. Elio, I'd go Javonte Williams. Elio, I'd go Javonte Williams. If you guys do want all of my picks for free every day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports, DM me on Instagram. Anthony, I'd go Jacobs. Anthony, I'd go Jacobs. Money Branch, I'd go Ferguson. Money Branch, I'd go Ferguson. Tristan Olsen, I'd go Ayuk. Tristan Olsen, oh, it's a trade, sorry.
No. Tristan, that's a bad trade. Tristan, that's a bad trade. I don't think I like it enough. Is it Brandon? It's James Cook, Pollard, Ayuk, and McBride? It's not a bad trade. I take it back. It's closer than I want it to be. Ayuk cancels out Terry. McBride cancels out Kincaid. You're not doubled up. Tristan, I'm going to do it. I started by saying it's a bad trade, but in evaluating it, I'll do it. I will do the trade. I do think there's enough value there to make it worth your while. Yep. Talal, I'll go forward. I'll go forward. Easton, I'll go downs. Easton, I'll go downs barely. Al, I'll go Ertz. I'll go Ertz. John Hankins, I'll go Jaden Daniels just barely because the rushing yard opportunity. Midwest Juice, I'd go Komet. Midwest Juice, I'd go Komet. 5-0 Danny, I'd go downs. 5-0 Danny, I'd go downs. Josiah, I'd go downs. Josiah, I'd go downs. Emery Cannon, I'd go 2-2 Atwell. By the way, I'm saying it now, I'll say it in a rant later. Robert Saleh should not be the head coach of the Jets next year. Robert Saleh should be fired. He's done a terrible job as head coach. The team looks bad. The team doesn't look prepared for so many opportunities in this game. Their defense has had a ton of flags. I just think Robert Saleh isn't the guy. He might be a good defensive coordinator, but frankly, he's not a good enough head coach. We've now seen it. We've seen it with Zach Wilson. We've seen it with Aaron Rodgers. He's just not a good enough head coach. His team makes mistakes they shouldn't make. I put that on the head coach. We would if it were any other team. Robert Saleh, your head should be on the chopping block. He should be fired at the end of the year. Unless they make a deep playoff run, and I don't see that as of right now. I had faith in them. I thought they'd bounce back after that awful game against the Broncos. I have been so disappointed in what I've seen from the Jets today. I really have to question whether Robert Saleh is the right guy. Daniel Sanchez, I would not drop Jamison Williams. No. I'd hold on to him. Temulima, I like downs. More questions to answer. Mikhail, I'd go Swift. I'd go Swift over Robinson. OMT, I'd go Wicks and Scary Terry. Josh, I'd go 2-2 Atwell. By the way, just as a note, look on the other side of the field for this Jets and Vikings game. Kevin O'Connell has shown how good a head coach he is by how he's managed injuries to his quarterback and kept his team competitive. Meanwhile, the Jets have so much talent on paper, and yet they still find ways to lose. So if you want any example of why Robert Saleh should be fired, he's got the better team on paper, and yet the Vikings are so well coached, they're outplaying the Jets. That's an example of a good head coach on the Vikings and what a good head coach can do to even a limited roster of talent. If the roles were reversed and Kevin O'Connell were the head coach of the Jets, I would feel much better about their season moving forward. Matthew Orod, I'd go Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson. By the way, the kick is good. Jets back down 10 points again. So once again, Jets are down 10. It's a 20-10 score, everybody. 20-10 the score. Michael Schumacher, I'd go Madison. YSL, I'd go Ertz. Talal, I'm leaning slightly towards Njoku now that we know he's going to play. NFL Core, I lean towards NFL Core. I'll go Jaden Daniels. I'm going to stay with Jaden Daniels. He's too hot for me to not play. Chuba Luke, I'd go Kincaid. Brady, I'd go Worthy. Feel like we're coming to the end of the show, everybody. We've been live now for 3 hours and 13 minutes. 3 hours, 13 minutes. Harper C, I'd go Pittman. Is that Pittman? I don't know who Pitty is. So if it's Pittman, I'd go Pittman. Brendan, I'd go Freiermuth. 5-0, I'd go Downs. Josh, I'd go Pickens. You want a recap of the picks? Here are the recaps of the picks so far. We have Dolphins -1.5. Stafford over 220 passing yards. Bengals +5.5. Browns +6.5. Trevor Lawrence over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jordan Love over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes over half an interception. Patrick Mahomes over half an interception. Bills plus 3.5. Bills plus 3.5. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. Josh Jacobs over 59.5 rushing yards. Jaguars money line and Jaguars minus 2.5. Jaguars money line and Jaguars minus 2.5. Bo Nix over half a passing touchdown. Bo Nix over half a passing touchdown. Gardner Minshew over half an interception. Gardner Minshew over half an interception. Andy Dalton over half an interception. Andy Dalton over half an interception. Bears on the money line. Bears on the money line. Okay, here are 5 anytime touchdown plays. 5 anytime touchdown plays. Jaden Reed, Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason, Travis Etienne, Michael Pittman Jr. 5 anytime touchdown plays. Jaden Reed, Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason, Travis Etienne, Michael Pittman Jr. We've got Brian Thomas Jr. over 49.5 receiving yards. Brian Thomas Jr. over 49.5 receiving yards and over 4.5 receptions. Cardinals plus 10.5. Cardinals plus 10.5. Packers Rams over 44.5. Packers Rams over 44.5. Lamar Jackson over 49.5 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson over 49.5 rushing yards. DK Metcalf anytime touchdown. DK Metcalf anytime touchdown. We also have some MLB picks. Phillies on the money line. Phillies on the money line. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. Jose Iglesias over half a hit. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And Fernando Tatis Jr. over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs as well. Goobs, I go Wicks. Goobs, I go Wicks. J-Man, I go Pittman. J-Man, I go Pittman. HX, I go Flacco. HX, I go Flacco. Kevin Harrell, I go Wicks. Kevin Harrell, I go Wicks. Nico, I'd go Cam Akers. Nico, I'd go Cam Akers. Corelord, I'd go Ayuk. Corelord, Ayuk. CHH, I go Jaden Reed. CHH, I go Jaden Reed. Will, I go Fields just barely. Fields just barely. Appreciate the question. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want every pick that I make every day, no matter the sport, no matter the type of bet, if you want every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram right now, everybody. Butt Fumble Sports will give away all of our picks for free. By the way, DM me on Instagram. You don't just get them today. You get them every day for free. So DM me on Instagram, everybody. Butt Fumble Sports. DM me on Instagram right now to get every pick I make. I'm going to end the show a little bit early. I feel like we're slowing down a little bit. So I'm going to go do some work, put in some extra picks, and obviously enjoy the rest of this football game. It was wonderful being with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your NFL Sunday. Can't wait to be with you guys again a little bit later this week. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And again, DM me if you want every pick I make every single day. Until later, we'll talk again soon. Goodbye, everybody.